everybody, we're ready to call to order our meeting. It's our meeting, the joint meeting of the City Council, successor agency to the Redevelopment Agency, our Public Finance Authority, Public Utility Authority, Housing Authority, Paris Joint Powers Authority, and the Paris Community Economic Development Corporation of the City of Paris this Tuesday, April 14th. The call time is 6:30 p.m. Madam Clerk, can we have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Vallejo,
Here.
Councilmember Nava,
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Corona,
Present.
Councilmember Rabb,
Here.
Mayor Vargas.
Present, thank you. Item 3 is our invocation, which will be led by Pastor Edward Avila from the Victory Outreach here in Paris. Please stand and join us, and then remain standing for item 4, which is our Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led by Councilwoman Vallejo.
Mayor, City Council, thank you for having me here this evening. Let us pray. Father in heaven, we come before you here. We know you're with us. We're not alone. And you always hear, Father, all things that will be brought to the table here this evening. We just pray, Father, that you will help us to work out all, Father, for the beneficial of each and every one of us. We pray for our mayor, city council, Father, and the responsibilities that they have, Father, that you will, Father, help them, Father, to do the things, Father, that are right before your eyes. Give them the spirit of wisdom to make those proper decisions, Father, throughout their lives here in the city of Paris. And we thank you for everyone that is here, Father. We just ask that you be with each and every one of us in a special way. We pray, Father, for the city of Paris also. We know you care for each and every one of us here in the city. We pray you watch over the city of Paris and all the communities, Father, and every individual, Father, for you love them, you care for them, you want the best, Father, for their lives as well as to this city. Father, we pray and lift up problems that exist here in the city, that you will help us to work it out as a unit, as a spirit of unity together, Father, even though we have differences, but Father, let us have our minds one together, Father, to make this city a city that you, Father, have placed here on earth for us to work it out, Father, for the best of each and every one of us. We pray for the blessings and the leading of your Holy Spirit here in this meeting, Father, that you would have your way. We know, Father, that you are watching over us, Father, and you want, Father, everything to be brought in order. This we pray in the name of Christ Jesus. We all say, amen. May God bless you.
Now please join me in saluting to our nation's flag. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
Thank you, Pastor. Item 5 is a report on closed session items. I'll call on our city attorney, Sultani, to give a report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The council met in closed session pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.91 in 3 cases, and there were 2 settlement agreements that were authorized between the City of Paris and City of Menifee and certain Menifee developers and certain Paris developers. Copies of the settlement agreements will be available for inspection by any member of the public at the city clerk's office upon execution of same, which should be sometime this week or next week. So both settlement agreements were authorized by the council and finalized. The council met in closed session pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.8 regarding real property negotiations. No reportable action was taken. The council met pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9D2 to discuss 2 potential litigation cases, and no reportable action was taken. Actually, in one of them, there was another settlement agreement that was authorized, and a copy of that will also be available for inspection as soon as it's done. So I stand corrected, sorry.
Thank you. Item 6 is presentations and announcements. 6A is a presentation to the Orange Vista High School boys and girls wrestling teams in recognition of their accomplishments. This item was brought forward through our Mayor Pro Tem, Malcolm Corona. Tonight, we are proud to recognize the Orange Vista High School boys and girls wrestling teams for an outstanding season. The girls wrestling team made history, placing third in the state and becoming the first team in the Inland Empire to earn 5 CIF champions in a single tournament. We also recognize Coach Jesus Rivera for his leadership in achieving this milestone. We commend the following athletes for their exceptional performances: Gia Coons, Zara Stewart, Sofia Galindez, Tiffany Bell, Adriana Rodriguez, and Natalie Ibarra, each of whom earned top honors at CIF Masters and state levels. We're also recognizing the boys wrestling team, who were league champions, CIF dual semifinalists, and had 11 CIF individual qualifiers. Special recognition to Wyatt Valle and Aaron Valencia for their CIF placements. On behalf of the City of Paris, congratulations to all our student athletes. You have made our community incredibly proud. At this time, the council and I will come down below. We'll issue some certificates and take some photos. We're doing first the girls or boys? They've done different accomplishments. All right, this first certificate goes to Gia Coons for her exemplary performance throughout the 2025-26 CIF season. We congratulate you on being named Masters Champion, CIF Champion, and accomplishing a historic state championship title. We wish you much success in your future endeavors. Come on out. We're going to do one photo at the end. I'm not going to do it. You can take it, but I'm going to do an individual. All right, next is Sofia Galindez. This is for recognizing her for her exemplary performance throughout the 2025 CIF season. We congratulate you on being named Masters runner-up and CIF champion and placing 5th in the state. We wish you much success in your future endeavors. I don't think I want to be caught in an alley with these girls. All right, next we have Zara Stewart for her exemplary performance throughout the 25-26 CIF season. We congratulate you on being named Masters Champion, CIF Champion, and runner-up for the state championship title. We wish you much success in your future endeavors. Next up, Tiffany Bell. This is for your exemplary performance throughout the 25-26 CIF season. We congratulate you on being named Masters Champion, CIF Champion, and placing 7th in the state. We wish you much success in your future endeavors. Next up is Natalie Ibarra. For your exemplary performance throughout the 25-26 CIF season, we congratulate you on achieving 4th place in CIF. We wish you much success in your future endeavors. All right, next we have Adriana Rodriguez. For your exemplary performance throughout the 25-26 CIF season, we congratulate you on being named CIF Champion, achieving 3rd place in Masters, and achieving 7th place in state. We wish you much success in your future endeavors. And finally, we have the man of the hour that raised all these girls in these awesome awards, and that's Jesus Rivera, the coach. Coach, this is for your outstanding leadership and guidance throughout the 25-26 CIF season. We congratulate you on steering the OVHS girls wrestling team to 5 CIF championships and a single tournament, and wish you much success in your future endeavor. Thank you for all you do. Where's the overalls? And this is an overall certificate for the girls wrestling team. All right. You want to organize this? I'm going to take a group photo, girls, so we're probably going to have to start twisting. Now we're moving on to the boys. This first one's for Wyatt Valle. Wyatt, this is for your exemplary performance throughout the 25-26 CIF season. We congratulate you on achieving 4th place in CIF. We wish you much success in your future endeavors. Thank you. And Aaron Valencia. Come on up, Aaron. This is for your exemplary performance for the 25-26 CEF season. We congratulate you on achieving 6th place. We wish you much success in your future endeavors. And for Coach, we thank you for your outstanding leadership, teaching these boys where they have gone. And we also would like to present a certificate in addition to you, as well as for one for the school as well. So come on up. There's no talking points. All right, next we have 6B is a presentation of the proclamation and recognition of the Finance Professionals Week. This item is going to be introduced by Director of Finance, Mr. Matthew Schenk.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor and members of the City Council. Yes, this is an initiative that was actually started by your ACM, Ernie Reyna, when he was president of CSMFO in 2024. Government Finance Professionals Week is a statewide statewide recognition event supported by California Society of Municipal Finance Officers. It's a mouthful, CSMFO. Each year during the last week of March, California cities, counties, joint powers authorities, and special districts celebrate the dedication of finance professionals who safeguard public resources and help deliver high-quality public services. These professionals work behind the scenes to ensure the financial integrity, transparency, and accountability of local governments' operations. Their expertise keeps California communities running smoothly every day. Their finance professionals are essential to responsible stewardship of taxpayer dollars, transparency and public trust, compliance with California and federal laws, supporting community services, strategic decision-making, and lastly, to meet state requirements. With that, I have 9 of 14 of our staff members, your staff members public, are here. First of all, our finance manager, Dr. Stephen Ajobiwe, accounting supervisor, Adrian Morales, accountant 2, Anna Yaquez, senior accounting specialist, Liz Carrillo Garcia. She's in charge of all of your payroll, so make sure everybody gets paid. Accounting specialist 3, Sam Amframong. Accounting specialist 2, Lorena Rodriguez. Accounting specialist 1, Marla Rico. And accounting specialist 1, a prior employee of the quarter, Desiree Garcia. If we could have them come up. Right there.
All right, our last one, 6C, is a presentation of proclamation in recognition of Arbor Day. And this item will be introduced by our Director of Public Works, Mr. Brian Hill.
Guess we'll go this way. Good evening, Honorable Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, council members, city staff. Tonight's presentation is twofold. First, we'll have the mayor read the proclamation that we're going to recognize April 24th as Arbor Day. And second, I'm proud to share that the city of Paris has been officially designated as a Tree City USA community by the Arbor Foundation. This designation is more than a recognition. It represents a meaningful commitment to enhancing our environment and strengthening our urban forests. Communities that achieve this status benefit from cleaner air, cooler temperatures, and improved public health, all contributing to a more sustainable and vibrant city. As part of this achievement, the city submitted a formal application to the Arbor Day Foundation And then we had to meet 4 required standards as part of the review process. Let's see if this will be easier. I'll kind of go through these. First, we needed a designated department that's responsible for trees, which is Public Works. We had to have a tree ordinance, which we have 19.71, which is our urban forestry establishing care. And then we have to have a minimum annual budget of $2 per capita, which ours is approximately $8 per capita. And then we have to do the annual Arbor Day observance and proclamation. And then that was issued in March of this year. Just a couple tidbits here. The city of Paris maintains over 16,000 trees in the public right-of-way, and that number continues to grow as new developments add additional trees. For the past 3 years, we have been kind of gifting trees to our residents. Our goal is 100, and 2 out of the 3 years, we've had 200 trees. So again, this year, we're going to be gifting 200 trees to our residents. And then we do have a tree planting event happening on April 25th, the day after Arbor Day, over by Paragon Park. And then finally, I'd just like to recognize and thank our sponsors that have helped us achieve this goal of 200 trees, which the nursery, Gavlin Nursery, not only are providing the trees, but they also donated trees. And then we had Bill and Dave's Landscaping as one of our contractors throughout the city. CR&R donated some trees, and then Act One Construction donated some trees. So with that, I'm ready for you to read your proclamation, if you would like.
Okay, proclamation is titled Arbor Day. Whereas in 1872, the Nebraska Board of Agriculture established a special day dedicated to planting of trees known as Arbor Day, which was first observed with planting over 1 million trees across Nebraska. And whereas Arbor Day is now celebrated across the nation and around the world, recognizing the vital role trees play in reducing soil erosion caused by wind and water, lowering heating and cooling costs, regulating temperatures, purifying the air, and generating life-sustaining oxygen. And, I'm good. Yeah, I had to move it up. And then the City of Paris is dedicated to environmental sustainability, planting 187 trees in 2025 and maintaining 6,200 trees throughout the community programs, projects, and partnerships, including the Grow Paris Community Garden Demonstration Center that is designed to showcase urban-friendly growing systems and promote horticulture and nutrition education for all ages. And whereas the Paris Municipal Code calls upon an urban forestry team that is tasked with implementation of urban forestry policies as well as preservation and upkeep of protected trees throughout the city. And whereas the celebration of Arbor Day represents the commitment of preserving the natural beauty and resources that sustain our community, serving as a reminder of the essential contributions trees make to our quality of life by providing shade, clean air, wildlife habitats, and climate benefits. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Mayor Michael Vargas, and the City of Paris Council do hereby recognize Friday, April 24th, to be Arbor Day. We encourage all residents to join us in celebrating the beauty and value of trees by planting and caring for them, contributing to a greener, healthier, and more vibrant Paris. Together, let us reaffirm our commitment to the environmental stewardship, preserve our city's natural heritage, and ensure that future generations enjoy countless benefits that trees bring to our community. Presented on this 14th day of April, 2026.
Okay, ready, 1, 2. All good.
All right, we're going to let the coaches come up. They want to come up and share some words. Coach Flores, I believe you were the boys' coach.
Okay, I want to say thank you to Mayor Vargas, Councilman Corona, and the rest of our city council. It's amazing and incredible that you guys celebrate our student athletes in the way that you do. Councilman Corona wrestled for Paris High. I'm not sure if everybody knows that. But he has reached out to me for a couple of years now in order to make sure that we recognize our young athletes. So it's much appreciated. Thank you very much.
Coach Rivas, was it?
Rivera.
Rivera.
So first of all, I want to say thank you to every single one of you, Mayor Vargas, City Council. I want to say thank you. The girls appreciate what you guys do. The recognition means a lot to them. I also want to thank the city of Paris for the opportunity that they're providing to the kids at the high school level to be able to provide the sports, provide the funding that they need. This takes the kids off the streets and provides them the opportunity to open doors for colleges. So we appreciate you. We appreciate the city and the support. So thank you, and we look forward to seeing you again next year.
Awesome, thank you. All righty, that concludes our presentations. Moving on to item 7 is our Youth Advisory Committee communications. Oh, hold on, guys. Hold on, let my council make some comments, I'm sorry. All right, who wants to start? Cue in, please. Okay, you get started.
Guess I'll start.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'll go ahead and get started. I think we'll just have you hostage for just a couple more minutes here. But I do want to thank you guys all for coming out. It's absolutely amazing when we're allowed to recognize our tremendous young athletes here in our city, especially the girls team. Well, I think all athletes, right? But the girls team, I'm just as Coach Flores mentioned, I did wrestle back in high school a long time ago, right? And girls wrestling was almost non-existent. Right, every team might have had maybe one on every other team. Now it's full-fledged tournaments. There are state tournaments and very competitive. Now they're even competing in college. So it's just absolutely amazing that we're able to recognize such a quality team right here in our own community. Special shout out obviously to Ms. Gia Coons for being the number 1 wrestler in the whole state of California in her weight class, which is amazing. And for those that were here last year, we did recognize her. But Ms. Zara, she was runner up this year, but she was also the number 1 wrestler last year. For those that know wrestling, anything can happen. So I still obviously she's still a champion, and just very thankful for you guys coming out here and showing all your great work that you do, and great job, coach, and especially the parents too, because I know it's a lot of work. Thank you.
Councilwoman Vallejo.
Yes, I also want to acknowledge both teams. I think it's amazing that you guys are showing us at Paris that we have amazing students doing amazing accomplishments. I do want to ask one of the girls though, can one of you teach me how to make some moves? Because any case Malcolm makes me mad, I just want to pound him down. That would be great. That would help me out a lot. But I appreciate you all so much. It's really hard work what you're all doing and being amazing role models for all of our young ladies. So thank you all so much, and we hope you guys get more titles out there because Paris has special, amazing students out here. Thank you.
Councilman Reb.
I'd like to echo the sentiments of my colleagues and congratulate the members of the Orange Vista High School Boys and Girls Wrestling Team. Continue on your path. You'll do well. I know you guys are already doing well. One thing I recognize is that each of the wrestlers had a very firm handshake, and that'll get you very far in life. So once again, congratulate you. Also like to congratulate and recognize the employees of our finance financial department for Financial Professionals Week. We really appreciate all the work you do for the city. And then lastly, I'd like to thank Public Works for all their work on getting all the trees planted, handing out the trees to the various employees. We are noticing a huge difference. I know a few years ago I reached out to Mr. Hill regarding trees along Paris Boulevard, just right over here. And within about 2 or 3 weeks, you guys had those trees planted. So thank you so much. Look forward to the upcoming tree planting and look forward to even providing more of a tree cover. So once again, thank you for everyone coming out. And lastly, I want to thank the parents of the wrestlers for all the time and energy you put in mentoring and guiding your children and the other children on the team. So once again, thank you.
Councilwoman Nava.
Thank you, Mayor. There is just something so special to recognize our young, talented athletes here in City Hall. So thank you for allowing the time to come here and for us to celebrate you all along with your families, because I know it's a team effort, right? So, and again, something very special as well to see our girl athletes just pouring into themselves, and I'm so proud of all of you. And also a very special thank you to our finance team and our public works team. You probably don't hear it enough, but you are both very critical departments as well here in our city. So thank you all for everything you do. Those are my comments. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Ms. Coons, what grade are you in? Excuse me? You're only in 10th grade? Wow, you got a future there going. How many, are you classified as a varsity, junior? So, coach, this is a varsity team that's here now, or it's a mixture?
These are all varsity girls.
Wow.
We still have younger ones that we're developing, but yeah, these are our top.
And floors, the boys, are varsities? So tremendous job, guys, the students. And if you need letters of recommendation, please reach out to my office and the council. We're always happy to write letters of reference for your college. You've got a long way to go, but you you already knocked it out of the park already. And I think someone mentioned it up too. I think it might have been Rab. But parents, so the parents that are here, can you raise your hands, please? Yeah, thank you so much. So we really do appreciate your participation and your supporting of your child in education and sports. And it takes a lot just for the parents to be going back and forth, taking kids to school and practice and what have you. I mean, I know. I did it with 4 daughters, and now with my grandchildren, it's just starting all over again. So it doesn't end, parents. It's going to keep going. And then the coaches, thank you for your outstanding service. You know, it's beyond school hours that you're doing this, so we thank you very much for your contribution and dedication to our students. And to the finance department also, as well, thank you too, guys, for all the work that you do. And the public works crew, I've gone out there, and some of us have, on tree planting days, what have you. Guys are doing a phenomenal job. And yeah, we do have a lot of trees in Paris, and it's just going to keep on growing. So thank you to our departments for everything you guys do. Okay. Now you guys can leave. Give them a couple of seconds here. All right, moving on to item 7 is our Youth Advisory Committee communications. This will be given by Melanie Lopez, our president.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, members of City Council, and City staff. My name is Melanie Lopez, and I am honored to serve as the president of the Youth Advisory Committee. I am pleased to provide several updates on behalf of YAC. YAC will be attending the Health Fair this Saturday, April 18th, 2026. See you there. Our next YAC meeting will take place on Tuesday, April 21st, 2026, from 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. in the council chambers. We welcome youth who are interested in leadership, civic engagement, and community service to attend and learn how they can get involved. YAC will also be getting their hands dirty for Earth Day and Arbor Day on Saturday, April 25th, 2026, with assisting with planting new trees and cleaning Paragon Park. The event begins at 8 a.m. We encourage the community to come and participate. In addition, YAC will take part in the Cinco de Mayo event May 2nd, 2026. We invite everyone to come celebrate Mexican American culture with us. Lastly, the YC application for the 2026-2027 term is now open, with a deadline of Friday, May 1st, 2026. Space is limited, and we encourage eligible youth to apply and take part in serving their community. As always, we encourage our community to stay safe, stay engaged, and stay connected. For the latest updates on YC programs and events, please follow us on social media at Paris YAC. Thank you for your time and continued support. We truly appreciate your partnership in helping to make Paris a vibrant, welcoming, and inspiring place for youth and families.
Thank you, Melanie. Okay, item 8 is public comment. This is the time when any member of the public may bring a matter to attention to the mayor or the city council that is within our jurisdiction of the city council. Normally, we allow 3 minutes. However, there's up to 16 speakers at this time. We do have a lot more to cover tonight, so I'm going to limit our public comment tonight to 2 minutes apiece. So if you are speaking, please come forward. We're going to read off the first 4 names, and please come towards the front. Madam Clerk.
J.C. Franco, Mohammed Rahman, Hector Gallegos, Sharfuddin Alam,
J.C., you're the first person.
Actually, you're heavy, Steve. She keeps getting heavier by the minute. Good evening, Council. I received not too long ago, I have to share this, I just couldn't help it. I recently received my 18th high school anniversary, and I was on a water polo team, and I remember when we were in CIF, and gosh, what a reminder of that time. I need to put this girl coach. I need to put her in wrestling. She beats the hell out of me. So she's gonna excel if we stay here in Paris. With such, our algorithms know us better than we do nowadays. So of course, the Simpson rerun started to coming up on my feed again. If any of us know the Simpsons, there was a particular episode where directly over the houses of the Simpson family, airlines started to have a flight path directly over them. All in all, it was an unsettling experience, to say the least, for that family. So they did what they could to mitigate some of that. And at the end, they spoke to council, they spoke to Congress, and eventually the flight paths went elsewhere. So let me just play this quick little snippet here.
At last, those planes are flying where they belong.
That's right. Over the homes of poor people.
Yeah, that's a lot of deafening silence, to say the least here. Look, we may already be dealing with March, and that's not something I'm here to contest. I'm here to contest how some of our most vulnerable communities are being taken advantage of and being misinformed by developers, are being intentionally misinformed by community members that don't even belong in this community. And it has to do with how us, the working class, I have 3 jobs. I sell roasted corn on the cob on the weekends. I work at an architecture firm. Like, I am a working class member of this community, and many of our folks are being completely taken advantage of by those who know and understand more complex things, nuanced things in the city. So,
Thank you.
Mohammed Rahman,
Hello, City Council. My name is Mohammed Rahman, and I'm running from District 1. Today, I'm talking about the affordable housing.
Wait, sorry.
Hold on. I just got to let you know, we cannot be talking about your campaign.
No, sorry. This is for the affordable housing. City crisis is now affordable housing because the housing rent is average 2-bed, 2-bath is $2,500, is 38% the total gross income, and is more than 8% should be. And our regular house price is $600,000, and regular household income annually $98,000, and they cannot afford to buy those $600,000 house. So we need to negotiate with the builder to make a condominium, attached home, or a small basic house, so cost can go down under $400,000. So our local resident can buy those house. Right now, the house city building it is $600,000. City of Paris resident cannot afford it. So who buying this house? People from San Diego, people from Los Angeles, our city of Paris losing the opportunity. The people are grow up here. They like to start family here. The couple income is $62,000 average. They cannot buy the house or rent the house here. So city going to face very soon homeless crisis because our population is growing up annually 1.25%. So we have to think right now to housing crisis to make those small or affordable housing city of Paris. So today I'm bringing some people to support the Harvest Landing Plan. So please, can you stand up who come to support this plan for me? Can you please? So these all people come to support the Harvest Landing Plan, and thank you so much for giving me opportunity.
Thank you.
Hector Gallegos.
Hi, my name is Hector Gallegos. This is the first time I'm a friend of Mohamed. I all the time support him. He's a good person, and I'm here to have good things for him. And always he tried to help all the people, and also help me. I live here in Paris, and I live for like 20 years already. And just want to say Mohamed is a good person.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
May I just state something for the public? It's really important, whoever's here, you cannot be supporting candidates, you cannot be speaking about someone's election and that you support them. The city is prohibited from allowing speakers to use city resources to advocate for candidates. So all the speakers, next time if you talk about a candidate, your mic will be cut off. You cannot be using the podium to speak about candidates. You can talk about issues, city-related, and agenda items. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Hector.
Sharfuddin Alam.
Honorable Mayor, Councilwoman, and City Councilman, thank you for giving me the opportunity. And we have upcoming November election, and
You cannot talk about the election, sir. I just finished saying you cannot talk about the election. Sorry.
we the housing problem, affordable housing, that's the number one problem. And the second one is job creation, middle income job creation. And then the other things that city can do is in infrastructure, the road and public safety. These are the common things that for the betterment of the people and attract more people. As you know, the Inland Empire is growing, and there must be housing, affordable housing, and public safety, and schooling. These are all, for the betterment of the community and attract new people, new inhabitants. As the city grow, thank you.
Thank you.
Ismael Hossein.
Good evening. Thank you to give me opportunity to say something in this honorable board and honorable city people. I love Paris City. I love it. So nice and organized, especially administration, honorable mayor and councilman. And very soon is new election coming.
Okay, you need to stop now. We cannot be talking about campaign stuff.
Talking about the
You
campaign.
use the
No.
word campaign. or elections. You cannot, this is not an opportunity, we cannot do this under city resources,
Okay.
all right?
Okay. So we are seeing like some people are very alert about the affordable housing and the job creation. So I think these two issue is major for this city going better and better. And then if it is future people is try to bring the affordable housing and small businesses and the a job creation, that will be great for our city. Thank you.
Thank you.
Asad Rahman.
Good evening, Paris City Council and the citizens of Paris. I just want to thank you for Mayor and the City Council for International Mother Language Monument you supported. I just really want to say thank you for your contribution on this. And other than this, like everyone is talking about the housing crisis, the rent, housing prices, we need to do something. And also the taxes, like the local taxes, city is also adding taxes on our property. So if something could be done within city resources, please do that. That will really help us. And other than that, the city is getting more and more beautiful. That's very positive. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Shawkat Alam.
Honorable Mayor Vargas, Honorable City Council members and audience, I'd like to thank all of you for creating this International Mother Language Day Monument. I was part of it along with 10 other amazing team members. I just want to give you some feedback. Last 2 years, a lot of our community members came. They see this public place, they enjoy the library and the atmosphere. So from the bottom of our heart, we like to thank you for the honor that you created for every language of the world. Thank you.
Thank you.
Farhana Alam.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor Michael Vargas, all the distinguished guests here, and the City Council members. I'm actually here just to say, just the way my husband, previous speaker, spoke about the Mother Language Day Monument. I'm a very strong part of our community promoting multicultural diversity and bilingual linguistics. So me being a proud mother, advocate for young children, administrator of early childhood education, I want to show this amazing monument, the Mother Language Day Monument that Paris City built along with the International Mother Language Day Council or committee members, that what a wonderful thing it is for the young generation to learn the diversity, to learn multicultural, and of course, the language. So once again, I want to thank you all for supporting our Bangladeshi community to do this amazing job. And thank you all again. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
Bashir Athar.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, and to our Honorable Mayor and his staff here. We actually love our city staff so much. I have encountered of so many times with the city staff. Everybody is very cooperative, unbelievable, and I want to appreciate them. And Mayor Vargas is one of the mayor in America who is more popular, you cannot believe it, more popular in Bangladesh, about few thousand miles away from here. You you name City of Paris, you name Mayor Vargas, a lot of people who are educated about the foreign things, they know where is City of Paris, who is Mayor Vargas. So I appreciate everything you did, Mayor, and your staff. I don't want to name anybody. There are quite a few staff I encountered with few help I needed, and they are very, very helpful. And they put me in their website for the emailing, and they update me with everything every time I need something. So I appreciate Mayor Vargas. I appreciate all the staff. Please continue supporting our community. Our community very much depends on your support, and you did it in the past. I hope in the future also your staff, you yourself will support us with anything we want. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Shaheen Mansourul.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it for giving me opportunity to talk about it. And all previous speaker already mentions the problem and the things you have done for the city of Paris, which is really appreciate from the bottom of my heart. The one thing I think of, I should mention it, is 215 freeway. There's a, the condition of the street is very rough. So if you can keep eye on it, pay attention on it to fix it. Other than that, I live in more than 2 decades in city of Paris. I never seen anything, negative that I have to mention it on the podium. But everything is quite okay, and I really appreciate whatever you have done, and city council peoples and workers and all of everybody's here. I really appreciate for the bottom of my heart, and thank you so much. If you need any kind of support, cooperation from Bangladeshi community or myself, I'm very much happy to support you all the time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Sheikh Islam.
Mr. Mayor and all councilmen and our audience, thank you so much to get the opportunity. I'm talking here. I'm a long-time resident this Paris city. Paris city is really a nice city, and we are really very thankful to city councilmen, city mayor, and everybody. But still we have a lot of problem. Muhammad Rahman, he mentioned about the housing. Housing is the really, day by day, is going to very crazy. The house price is going up, house renting is going up, but income is not going up. Income is going low. The gas price is going up, and the grocery price is going up, but our income is not going up. The working class people and low income people, actually they are in big crisis. Next thing is city tax. I'm request for everybody who is in the chair, please think about the city tax. The house taxes are going day by day up and up and up. I start from myself, it start $5,000, now it's $12,000. It's a couple of years. But however, thank you so much. Bangladeshi people are grateful to the city of Paris councilman and mayor. You are doing a lot of things for us. Bangladeshi cultural event is every year we are celebrate in your lawn, Boishaki Mela, and we get your support. We are really grateful to you guys. And our next event is May 9. Everybody are invited. And
Thank you.
Adriana Ochoa.
Hi, good evening, Honorable Mayor, City Council, and City staff. My name is Adriana Ochoa. I'm the Executive Director for the Paris Valley Chamber of Commerce. I'm excited to share a quick update on our recent activities. April has been a very active month for us. We kicked off with Good Morning Paris, bringing together local professionals to have meaningful conversations around innovation and the future of our workforce with AI technology. We also hosted Lunch with Friends membership appreciation barbecue at the Fire Station 1. We connected with current members, welcomed new businesses, and continued building strong relationships with the community. Chief Scoville and Captain Dietz were gracious hosts. Also, we have our Level Up Paris workshop. It's another one we're proud of providing John Maxwell leadership development through and real-world insights to help our local businesses. I also wanted to highlight our Avanzando Spanish workshop series, which continues to grow each month. We're seeing more engagement and participation, allowing us to better serve and empower our Spanish-speaking business community here in Paris. Also, we look forward and we are very excited of State of the City event on April 30th. It's an opportunity to bring together business community, residents, and regional partners here and progress the future of city. We have also confirmed city representatives of San Jacinto, Hemet, Boma, Wildemar, and Menifee who will be joining us. We look forward to a great event and continuing to build momentum. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alejandro Risa. Alejandro Risa. Katie Keys.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much. It's an honor for me to be here and speak to you today. What I'm wanting to let everybody know that we have a date now for our Clarence Muse Art Festival, which is the 30th of May from 10 until 3. We're wanting artists to email us, and we're going to have, besides artists, we're going to have photography and crafts. Sometimes craft people. And they can actually bring it and sell it. And we're looking forward to a nice crowd. I'm just trying to read my notes here, and I forgot my glasses. I can see okay, except for the small print. We would like to have some sponsors, so if anyone would want to, any business would like to sponsor us, and 100, whatever they can afford, it'd be wonderful. And I do want to announce our Clarence Muse star for the Walk of Fame in Hollywood. We have collected $85,000 as of today. So we have contacted the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, and they have to put him back on the list, because if you don't have the money within 2 years, they take him off. So he has to get back on the list, and this is for the list of 2027. So it'll be next year. Hopefully he'll get on the list and we'll celebrate, because a lot of people do not.
It's okay. Sorry, time's up.
Okay.
Let's talk about that later, though.
Okay.
I'm hoping it doesn't go up by the time 87
Yeah,
comes around.
that's,
Thank you.
but anyway, I'm happy we have the money.
Thank you.
I'm proud of our museum.
Ashley B.
Hello. My name is Ashley. I'm with Rise Paris Pride.
So our last meeting on March 28th was centered around supporting the community in the resistance against ICE and CBP violent abductions and loud opposition to the abusive federal administration. We partnered with Inland Valley Alliance, Mead Valley Coalition for Clean Air, and Stay Alert Moreno Valley Paris to distribute over 100 information packs with red cards, whistles, information flyers, and a newsletter with the instructions to pass it on. I want to say especially thank you so much to Councilmember Vallejo for being there and supporting us as well. Last week on Monday, we also stood in Riverside downtown to stand for Trans Day of Visibility, and we were happily representing the city of Paris for a very, very persecuted minority group right now. So it's wonderful to stand up for that type of justice because our liberation is intersectional. We stand for LGBTQIA justice, environmental justice, indigenous justice, racial justice, immigration justice, disability justice, and justice for the working class. So if any of those ideas happen to be your cup of tea, we'd like to invite you to our next meeting and workshop. We're gonna do rock painting. We're gonna meet at the library community room on Saturday the 25th at 2:30 until 4:30. And lastly, speaking of the library, I did want to applaud the city council for quick thinking and covering that statue. I was wondering, what are we doing at looking at renaming? Can we contact the mural artist to help us adjust it? And my personal recommendation for the replacement, Dolores Huerta Community Library. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Nissam Kasi.
Hello, Mayor Vargas, Council Member Mr. Corona. I know two of you out of all the members. I'm here to see some of my students. I taught San Jacinto College 40 years, and few of the students from this city went to my class. I don't know, I forgot anything. I retired 8 months back. I'm here to, oh, don't go, come here. No, come on. He's my friend from my same country. One day he told me, we have a good member, good mayor named Vargas. I said, what's wrong with him? No, he's doing with his members of the cabinet, he's creating a monument. What monument? Which is National Monument of Bangladesh. Mr. Vargas is more popular than in Bangladesh than here, I believe. If he wants to become their governor, I think he's known everywhere. I proposed him to go to Bangladesh. We'll arrange some citizenship and he will do that. In short, he's my good friend. He communicated with me about your cities, what you guys doing, and wonderful job you guys are doing. And I think you will keep it up. Education, when I taught you the student, at that time I felt you need little bit more, especially college education. Thank you very much. Have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Keep up the good job.
That is all.
Thank you. All right, moving on to item 9, which is approval of minutes. 9A is a consideration to approve the minutes of the regular joint meeting held on March 10th, 2026 of the City Council, successor agency to the redevelopment agencies, and all the rest of the entities as listed in our agenda. There are no comments or questions from the council. I entertain a motion to approve. I have a motion by Councilman Rabb, second by Councilwoman Nava. Please call the vote.
5-0, motion approved.
Thank you. Item 10 is our consent calendar. Consent calendar items are normally enacted in one motion. The mayor or the city council may remove a consent calendar item for a separate action. Madam Clerk, or not Madam Council, anybody have anything they want to pull?
Yes, Mayor.
I'd like to pull item 10G for a comment.
G. Anybody else?
Oh, yeah, 10G. Yep.
That's it? All right. E. All right, let's hear, so now let's, looking for a motion on 10 A, B, C, D, F, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. Madam Clerk, is there any request to speak on any of those I just read off?
That you just read off? Yes, we have 10E. Public comment?
We pulled 10E.
Oh, got it. 10E.
I'm looking for any of the other ones.
No, sir.
All right. I have a motion by Councilman Rab, waiting for a second. Second by Councilwoman Nava. Please call the vote.
Five oh, motion approved.
All right, let's move on to 10G. Councilman Rab?
Yes, 10G is the extension of the closure at Case and Getz Road. The road was initially scheduled to open mid-April, but this extension, 10G, is calling us to extend it August 31st. When I saw this on the agenda, I contacted a representative from IDI. Is Mr. Monville here?
He's back there.
He's making his way up. I had a discussion with him, and we understand that the closure is outside the scope of IDI, just given Edison, problems with Southern California Edison. And Mr. Monville, is that correct?
It is. Honorable Mayor, members of the City Council, Lou Monville representing IDI, yeah. Unfortunately, the utility made a very significant change and caused an entire redesign. Complications with the rail line didn't help.
And in that term, reading the agenda packet and looking at it, I understand that we initially agreed that you guys would pay $1,000 a day if it was within your scope. But
That's correct.
Based on my reading of that and my knowledge of Southern California Edison, but we have agreed, given the community's interest in getting this open.
Certainly.
I'm an individual that lives not too far from here. I've noticed an uptick of traffic down G Street, down 7th Street, down the arterial streets in that area. I believe IDI, you've talked to IDI and they've agreed to work with several businesses along that area, primarily the post office, to help them re-landscape, and with the city for a scheme to help provide trees in the downtown area.
Yeah, we're happy to work with city staff and neighboring businesses that are interested to, to provide additional landscaping and beautify that corridor. It's the least we can do. Look, we don't want it closed any more than you all, and we're anxious to get it going, and we're happy to continue to be good neighbors in that regard.
I mean, if that's the case, I'm prepared to support the extension of the closure, provided we direct IDI to work with city staff and beautifying that area. I also have some photos of the area I'm discussing. Would IT be able to show those photographs? Okay, so this is Redlands on the other side of the IDI project. Can you show the next photograph? This is in front of the post office. I took this a few weeks ago when I was on a walk. I mean, I believe a portion of this is within the city right away. Is that correct, Mr. Hill?
If I may respond to that, sorry, excuse me. Yes, we have some right away within the planter area.
Okay. And we'd be able to work to maybe even replace these palm trees with some shade trees, kind of analogous to the ones on the other side.
Match the other side of the street, sure.
Okay. If that's the case, I'm prepared to support the extension of the closure. I know Mayor Pro Tem Corona had some comments as well.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Thank you, Mayor. So I did have a couple questions.
Guys, this is not a hearing. So make your comments and let him come up and speak when it's time. I mean, I already went off with Councilman Rab.
All right, I'll bring the questions later.
There's
What
no
were you saying?
questions because this is not a hearing. This is
So-
consent
so-
calendar.
so- yeah,
So bring up
okay.
your comments, and then I think he's one of our speakers. Is he on the list to speak? Did you do a?
No, I didn't. I can give you, I was just responding to
Fill
the,
out a comment card, and then we'll have you come up and speak.
Well, I guess I do have questions to our staff or whoever can answer it then.
That's fine. You can sit down, fill out a card though, Mr. Monville. Go ahead.
So I'm not sure who could answer it, but I know that we originally closed in, I believe, October, correct?
Well, it was closing 2024.
2024, that's what I meant. October 2024. And then in October, in quarter number 4 of 2024, SCE sent them a revision plan?
That is correct. Actually, this project, the design was started in 2020.
Okay.
And then.
I'm talking about the actual street closure. When did we close the street?
I believe it was in October 2024.
Of 2024.
And I think it was only for 6 months at the
It
time.
was, yeah, I do remember that. And I thought 6 months was a long time. Okay. And then, so when SCE sent them the revision plans, did they continue working or did they stop working?
I think they initiated working, and then in the process trying to get, of course, FAA got involved as well at the time. So they had to do some, basically a whole redesign.
Okay.
Basically, the power poles had to be removed and all the cables undergrounded.
Okay. So my concern is just driving by there. I did drive by there recently, just kind of see the work. It looks like not much has changed in more than a year. They've been sitting there. I feel like we could have had the street open the whole time for at least a year while we're just sitting there waiting. Is that not accurate?
Some of the work has started. They did some work that they had to remove actually because of Metrolink and Southern California Railroad Authority.
Okay, so it wasn't just SCE. I mean, they were.
It was Edison. It was coordination with all these other agencies
Okay.
and entities as well.
Because I do agree with Councilman Rabb. I can't imagine being the residents that live on 7th Street or just going to work even on Paris Boulevard. So many cars are just trying to get down there just to go. What they're trying to do, they're trying to get to the corner of 4th Street and Redlands so they could go on the freeway. And Ellis and Redlands was a common way for traffic to go to. When the developers came to us, to Public Works Committee, we were hesitant. I was hesitant, but I was thinking, well, if it's going to take 6 weeks or 6 months, now here we are potentially going to 2 years. We did the whole Nuevo Road bridge in less time than that.
That
So-
took about 10 months.
Yeah. So I mean, like we're taking so long, and I get it wasn't all your fault, but so much of that time it was just sitting there empty. Nothing was happening. We could have opened at that time. There's K-rails right now, but as of right now, can we open it right now?
Well, no, because the crossing at the railroad, that's the issue that we're trying to overcome and resolve and get that. As soon as that portion gets done, the rest of it can be, as I said, they're already working on installing some of the underground infrastructure.
Okay. So for now I totally get all this part with SoCal Edison, but how much of the delay was because of them when we could have potentially opened it up? Are we confident that in August it's going to be opened up?
There are some actually final design that are ongoing right now. And actually, we're going to start probably initiating dialogue with Edison as well to see if you can get the easements that they need to provide, get those executed.
Okay. So are we allowed to get involved? Because I'm hearing we can't get involved.
Well, we will. We will start initiating dialogue and see how we can help to get the process going faster.
I guess question for city manager: Are we allowed to get involved after all, or not?
We can definitely assist and try to reach out to our liaisons in Edison or anyone in those agencies.
Have we been doing that?
We have not today. We've been involved in the discussions, and but I think we're going to get more.
But this whole time, has IDI ever reached out to us, say, hey, we need some help on this?
We have not been reached, but
They haven't asked us at all?
Correct.
Okay. And are we not allowed to ask IDI? I mean, if they're the applicant trying to...
It's not a hearing. We're not here
Okay.
to be going a Q&A.
My question would be for Mayor Pro Tem. What is the ultimate goal? Do you intend to impose the $1,000 penalty starting April 17th when they complete it?
I think we could maybe meet somewhere in the middle, maybe starting, mid-June at the very least. I mean, it's our residents that are the ones paying the price. They're not. Our residents aren't dealing with Edison. Our residents aren't dealing with IDI. And keep in mind, we just approved a street closure on a separate item, and we had no problems with it because it had to deal with housing. We did a street closure for warehouses, and
I would say in the interim, would you be okay with continuing the closure, but limiting it instead of rather August 31st, saying we'll come back June 30th, and then when our late July meeting, we will have a better, well, I guess June 30th, we would come back in our June meeting to see the status of.
Try to get an update, yeah.
And
Yeah,
the
that'd be
next
more
question would be
meaningful.
to IDI, is if they're okay with that. It just seems like that's where we're at right now, instead of going back and forth and wasting everyone's time. And I see Mr. Monville raising his finger. So if that's the case, I would make a motion that instead of extending the closure to August 31st, we extend it to June 30th, and then we come back at our June meeting in early June. And at the same time, we direct IDI to work with staff with the planting of trees in that area and in the downtown area. I think that's probably the best way we can move forward on this. Because if not, we can try to put the 1,000, but I just don't think we have legal standing because there is a force majeure clause in that contract that says things outside of their control.
Right.
And I think they make a compelling argument to Edison, because I live down the street, on 7th Street, they've been building these 2 duplexes right there, the two-story ones. The reason that they have been rebuilding those for 3 years is because Edison has been very, very slow on getting the connection to those 2-story houses. So I read the materials, I've talked to them extensively, and I do think it is outside of their control. But I understand your frustrations, because there's a lot more traffic down G Street, a lot more traffic down Paris Boulevard. In order to move this forward, would you be okay with the motion to continue this?
Yeah, if we bring it, yeah, I think that's a good compromise, to the end of June meeting. Yeah. Is it,
We don't have a June.
I think it's early June meeting.
We have our early June meeting.
Why don't we do early June then? And then if we could finally work with them, I guess that I'm just shocked after all this time they never reached out to us.
Well, we did, I mean, even we tried to coordinate with Southern California Railroad Authority to see if we can have it like an interim improvement so we can open the roadway. And they were not susceptible to that. They would not allow it.
Yeah. No, I do appreciate Mr. Monville for reaching out. I understand the frustration, but nobody on your side has to drive on the roads on a regular basis like our residents do. So, I think we have to be the ones to speak up for our residents, and I myself getting to work every day, I see the traffic. So, thank you.
Yeah, it's an issue. When I go to the Rotary Club, I'm not completely blocked. I go down 7th Street, I make a right, no, go down Redlands, I make a right street, a right turn on 7th to G Street, and then I can cross over. So it's not like they're completely blocked off. And this is totally not under the control of IDI. Yes, they probably should have reached out sooner. Some of us have contacts. We have government affairs folks with every entity that you're talking about. We could have started putting some pressure with some letters and calls to them to find out what's going on. It is a public safety issue because it is a railroad concern, and that's huge. And I would rather have our residents drive around. It's 1 block over to go down G Street. So it's not that big of an inconvenience for now. But again, as Councilman Rabb indicated, there is a force majeure clause, so this is beyond their control. We can't hold them accountable and start charging them $1,000 a day because of another entity's responsibility. I don't see anybody else in the queue, so are you making the motion?
Yes, I'd make a motion, rather than extend the closure to August 31st, we extend the closure to June 30th, and then we address this matter during an open hearing at our early June meeting, I believe it's June the 9th, and that the developer work with staff to provide trees for designated areas within the downtown area.
Oh, you guys want to punch in? Okay, motion by Councilman Rabb, second by Mayor Pro Tem. Please call the vote. Before I move on,
Been working with
Did
IDI and.
Did you turn in the paper? Did you want to speak, Lou?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I should have called you up earlier. Well, I understand that, but he can at least, he heard all the comments, so he can.
No, listen, I appreciate the frustration of the council. I sit in traffic like you do. Nobody likes to do it. I will note, this is probably in addition to Edison, you've probably got one of the most unique intersections because of the rail interface. And state law is unbelievably restringent. As John knows, we offered the state multiple opportunities, the railroad multiple opportunities. The only option is the closure. And so we'll work with you. We're working expeditiously. We've been working with your staff biweekly on this for a year. Those agencies can be a challenge. We'll continue to work and partner with the city, and we look forward to doing what we can to continue to improve that corridor and make it right for neighbors. So we appreciate your feedback.
Thank you.
5-0, motion approved.
What was the other one you pulled, 5H? E? Oh, I don't know why I didn't mark it. Oh, there it is. All right, next one is 10E. This was pulled by Councilman or Mayor Pro Tem Rab. Mayor Pro Tem Corona, you want to go ahead and start off?
No, I don't, I mean, I just want to hear.
You want to hear what? Okay. Did we have any public comments on this?
For 10E, yes, we do.
Or 10E?
10E,
How many?
17.
All right. Can we clock a minute and a half on this timer? No, I'm asking staff. Are you able to do a minute and a half? Nancy?
Yes.
All right. Let's do a minute and a half. And all right, someone do the math. How much time is that total? 27 minutes? All right, so let's get this done, folks. Call up the first. There's 3 empty seats up front. If we can get 3 people up here when she calls the names.
David Moore, Rita Rogers, J.C. Franco.
Somebody left the phone. Right. Good evening, Mayor, members of the City Council. My name is David Moore, and I'm a proud member of Labor's International Union of North America. I've been a LUNA member for 14 years, and today I'm here representing hardworking construction laborers who live in this county. This project represents good local jobs for skilled workers who help build and maintain our communities. Projects like this means families can pay their mortgages, support local businesses, and continue contributing to the local economy. LUNA members are trained, highly skilled, and committed to completing projects safely, efficiently, and to the highest standards. When we support responsible developers that use union workers, you're investing in long-term success of this community. I respectfully urge the council to support this project so our brothers and sisters can continue to do what we do best, build this city and keeping our community strong. Thanks for allowing me to speak.
Thank you.
Rita Rogers.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. I'm here tonight to voice my support for Harvest Landing and also to share some past history to you. I support this project because it will bring hundreds of union jobs, new homes, infrastructure, soccer fields, a plethora of new and exciting retail shops, as well as restaurants. A FedEx facility with salary ranges from $21 to $35 per hour, plus tuition reimbursement of up to $5,200 per year, which is a wonderful opportunity for our college students. A substantial tax revenues to help the city operate, as well as progress, and I know Ernie likes that tax revenue. A potential new hospital, and lastly, financial guarantees by the developer. Now on the past history, I have known and worked with both Tim Howard and Kevin Wolf for approximately 20 years. Tim Howard has a vast history of 16 completed projects throughout Southern California. His very first project here in Paris was the Paris Markham, which was completed in 2013. His second project, Paris Logistical Center was completed shortly after.
Thank you, Ms. Rogers. That was quick. Thank you.
J.C. Franco,
Can you call the next three?
Sandra Gill Ramirez, Haley Rosenbaum, Alicia Jones.
Go ahead, Mr. Franco.
Good evening once more, City Council residents of the City of Paris. I just have three. I just have three quick points. I am a free marketer. I believe in business. I believe in what this country is built on, which is business members. But I believe all of that should be done responsibly and with the best interest of the community. Number one, the parking lot should be covered just as we did here with Fosfield, like the solar panels. That's an easy thing to do that can be introduced into a second increment for the project. That's not impossible. I've been around construction for many, many years in my life. I was a framer for some time. That's point number one. Point number two, parcel hubs moving forward and including up to this one should be capped to be no larger than what is now in the city considered an official warehouse versus a parcel hub, right? If you were to, and I would love to hear if you have conducted a study from your residents that can give you a solid answer between the differences of a parcel hub and a warehouse, they would not know. I would be amazed if you knew exactly what the distinction is. Your residents must know those things. And my last item, mommy's no, that's not nice. Please protect my family, protect all of those in the city whose voices are harder to hear because they're being constantly misinformed and would even continue to be misinformed tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sandra Gill Ramirez.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Sandra. I am here for a class project for Cal State San Bernardino speaking about the warehouse development in City of Paris. I would like to speak about the growing number of warehouses in our community, including many that are sitting empty while development can bring jobs to many. Too many warehouses have also created concerns like traffic, pollution, and limited benefits for residents. Instead of continuing to build more, we should focus on making better use of the spaces we already have. Empty warehouses could be transformed into community centers, spaces for local small businesses, job training facilities, or even affordable housing. I ask the council to consider a more balanced approach that prioritizes the health, safety, and well-being of our community while finding meaningful uses for existing buildings. Thank you.
Thank you.
Haley Rosenbaum.
Good evening. My name is Haley, and I am speaking on a CSUSB project regarding the lack of warehouse development education and awareness amongst residents. Recently, we conducted an online survey with 23 participants, and over half marked not very knowledgeable about the ongoing warehouse expansion. 16 had no idea about the current moratoriums. We have spoken directly to over 50 community members at public spaces, with a majority of them unaware of how many warehouses are being developed while others stay empty, or the effects of these projects and how they affect neighborhoods and health. It is concerning because the current moratorium expires this year, and residents need to be aware of it to support the extension, or more importantly, push for more permanent policies. We urge the City Council to recognize that residents cannot advocate effectively unless we increase outreach efforts utilizing multilingual material and accessible public information to ensure that everybody can understand the issue and their power to make a difference. This community is not against jobs or development, but they deserve a balanced approach with more options and regulations that protect their health, environment, and more importantly, their family's future. Thank you for your attention. We hope that you will support these ongoing education efforts.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alicia Jones.
Hello, my name is Alicia, and I'm with Cal State University San Bernardino on a project. Bill 98 was created to bring transparency to track what warehouses are doing, to monitor truck traffic, and to finally shine a light on working conditions and environment impact. But let me be clear, none of that matters if companies are not being held accountable when they ignore it. Bill 98 needs strong, visible enforcement, not option compliance, not delay action, not loopholes. We need real inspections, not just paperwork, real consequences, fines that actually hurt when companies violate the law, real oversight so data isn't just collected but actually used to protect communities. As someone going into clinical social work, I see this as more than policy. It's about justice. It's about protecting communities that are too often overlooked, underrepresented, and overburdened. We cannot continue to accept growth that harms people. We cannot accept systems where a profit comes before health, and we cannot accept a law that exists without being enforced. Bill 98 has the potential to create real change, but only if we demand it. So the question is not whether Bill 98 is a good idea. The real question is, are we going to make sure it actually works? Because our communities deserve more than promises. We deserve action, we deserve protection, and we deserve it now. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll call the next three.
Katia Hernandez, Jerry Sepulveda, Laura Vasquez.
Hi, good evening. My name is Katia. I'm a resident of Paris and a student at Cal State San Bernardino. I'm here to speak on the impact of warehouses in our communities. Warehouses affect our everyday lives. It's not about the buildings, but what comes with them. There are trucks driving through our streets, which causes traffic, safety issues, especially for those who live near them. For the people who do live near those, this is a daily thing. It's not just annoying, but it can be dangerous, especially near neighborhoods or schools. On top of that, people are worried about air quality and how that affects our health. So even though warehouses brings us businesses, it is affecting our day-to-day lives. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jerry Sepulveda.
Hello, good evening, Honorable Mayor, Council, and City. I'm Jerry Sepulveda, President of the Paris Valley Chamber of Commerce, here in favor of Harvest Landing. Congratulations on the Tree City USA. That's a big deal, providing cleaner air for our city and our residents. One thing I want to make sure, as a resident, I'm also in favor of this. So I'm just not as a president, but also raising my kids in Paris. I'm also in favor of this project. So I want to just keep it short and clear. And then also, I just want to make sure everyone knows no one on the dais owes me anything. So I just want to make sure this is just clear that I'm in favor, and on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce, with all the business that's going to be coming in, obviously we're in favor. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Laura Vasquez. Laura Vasquez. Felix Fernandez, Anthony Cruz. Rich Edwards? Riley Edwards.
Good evening, Council. My name is Felix Fernandez. I sent you guys an email a few weeks ago. I didn't get any response. I assume you got it. So first off, I want to say it's rude for you guys to have side conversations while we're speaking. I'd like for you guys to listen to everybody because we don't get much time. So what I'd like to say is I'm in favor of Harvest Landing. I said in this email, I addressed a lot of things and got no response. So I don't know how you guys feel about this. I know how some of you guys feel, but with the jobs that this is going to offer, by voting no against it, you take a lot of jobs away. And I asked specifically, what do you have to replace the jobs for the community, the construction workers, the people that are going to build it, and everything? So by voting no, you're taking jobs away, okay? And also, you hear about the Bloomington project a lot. That question's been asked and answered, so it needs to stop, okay? Talk about the successes this man had. Don't use the 80-20 rule against him. He's had a lot of successes. So we need to stop all the negativity and just continue on with this project. So you guys just go ahead, and I hope you did your homework this time and not just bring up garbage like you did last time, because that was a bunch of garbage what you guys did by extending this to today. You guys had the opportunity to end it last month. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Anthony Cruz?
Hi, my name is Anthony Cruz. I'm a resident here and have been a resident here for roughly 6 years. I've come to high school over here and I went to middle school here. And I want to talk about the development that we've been seeing here in the city of Paris. And I want to talk about a lot more about the jobs we are bringing. Yes, we are bringing construction jobs. Yes, we are bringing jobs for the warehouses and we are bringing jobs for the Parasol Hub, as long as there's jobs as well with the commercials. But we're also going to be expecting to lose the jobs. We have lost 17,000 jobs in the span of the 4 years when we had automation AI, when we came to logistic work. And we have lost 1,600 jobs when it came to the Inland Empire, when it came to the warehouses. Now we're going to see about 63% by 2035 of automation in our warehouses. We're going to lose jobs. And with the jobs we are going to create here in the Inland Empire, we're lacking education in. So the jobs that are going to be here and are going to be replaced are not going to be available for the residents. They're going to be available where there is education. Los Angeles, San Diego. We need more education. If you want to bring warehouses here, if you want to bring any type of development, you invest in education, you invest into the public. Because the jobs that you are bringing are short term. We need to think about long-term development. We need to think about mixed-use development, not just warehousing. Hopefully we get a big paycheck for the next 5 years. No, we need to think about long-term development. Stop sacrificing our health for short-term jobs.
Riley Edwards?
Good evening, Mayor Vargas and City Council. My name is Riley Edwards. On the behalf of 433 Ironworkers, I'm here because I care about creating health and active spaces for kids and families in Paris. Harvest and Lending not only brings jobs in retail shops, but it also offers acres of open spaces and potential 16.5 acres sports park. These areas give children and families more opportunities to be active, practice sports, and enjoy outdoors. The projects include walking trails and new trees, making the community greener and more enjoyable to live in. Moving forward, about delivering on what we already promised to the community. Paris deserves to see these benefits, both economical and recreational. I respectfully ask you to move forward with the Harvest Landing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bradley Trey, Maria Torres, David Corbero.
Good evening, Mayor Vargas, City Council. My name is Bradley Tracy. I'm speaking on behalf of the Brothers of 433. In my life, I made a lot of questionable decisions. Smartest thing I could do is get in with them, start a career, build things for the community. And this is what this project is doing. It's not just bringing me a job. It's bringing a lot of people jobs, opening things for the community, allowing me to take care of my daughters. Yeah, so if you can, if you care about the community, if you care about the little dogs trying to do better for themselves, if you could push this forward, it does a lot for all of us. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Maria Torres?
Good evening. My name is Maria Torres. I'm in favor of this project because it's going to bring more good things than bad things. We've been asking for like a Chase Bank for a lot of years to Major Vargas. And then we need an Olive Garden. We need all those shopping centers. I mean, all those things that they're going to bring. And then another thing is that it's going to create more jobs. It's going to bring more things than bad. If you put it in a balance, it's more things than bad. You know, if the warehouse that they're going to bring, or the FedEx that they're going to bring, it's going to be a good thing, you know. It's going to create more jobs. And all these project is going to be creating more jobs for the people on that unions and other people. So I'm in favor of the project. I will ask you guys to please vote yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
David Corbero.
Good evening, councils, members, staff, and everybody here in attendance. I think it's not the first time we've been here. My name is David Cordero. As I mentioned, I'm a representative for the Western States Regional Council of Carpenters and represent many of the members that live within this area. It's important to consider that the economy at this point, it's very uncertain. And for this developer to try to move forward and invest within the community, I think that's a positive, especially because it's going to be creating job opportunities, not just for the local members, but for our members as well. So I encourage you to please support this project. Thank you.
Thank you.
Julio Flores, Andrew Melling, Katie McClendon.
Good evening, Mayor, council members, staff. My name is Julio Flores. I'm a representative for the Western States Regional Council of Carpenters. Here we are again today for the fourth time, I believe, for the same project. We're in full support, like my colleague mentioned earlier. This project with the developer, the Harvest Landing project, is going to create plenty of jobs that's going to help a lot of our members. I know I was having a conversation with one of our members in the back, and she stated, to be able to work close to home, what would that be? To be able to make it to my daughter and just be able to hang out with my daughter a little more than on a usual night when I'm driving back from LA. So she's still here. She says she woke up at, 3 in the morning. She's still here supporting the project. So these type of projects are going to help our members, and along with many other in the construction industry, have the opportunity to work close to home and spend time with their family members. So we strongly urge you to vote yes for this project. Thank you.
Thank you.
Andrew Melling.
Evening, everybody. My name is Andrew Melling. I'm a representative with the Western States Regional Council of Carpenters. I've been doing this for a long time. And projects like Harvest Landing that we're addressing tonight don't come around very often. And when they do, they're very beneficial to communities. It's going to provide thousands of jobs, hopefully. Sports park, all the housing that comes with it. It's a win-win situation for everybody. So I strongly urge you guys to pass this project tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Katie McClendon.
Greetings, Honorable Mayor Vargas, City Council, City staff, and everyone in attendance. I stand here as a very, very proud resident of the City of Paris, and I truly believe that we reach points in our lives that are pivotal, and I think that this is a pivotal point for the City of Paris. And I am here in full support of the Harvest Landing project. I think that we need to set personal feelings aside and do what's best for our community. Nothing is ever perfect. Nothing is 100% perfect. But I truly believe that the benefits of this project far outweigh any concerns. So I urge you to approve this project. Thank you.
Thank you.
Carla Cervantes, Mohammed Rahman, Franco Pacheco, Julio Reyes.
Hi, Council. Carla Cervantes here with Paris Neighbors in Action. As a resident of Paris, this developer is claiming to bring more than a quarter of the jobs that exist in Paris. I ask you to put it in paper that the jobs he's promising will stay at least 30% in the perpetuity of the project, because we see it all the time, false promises, marketing, and then AI takes over these jobs. Put it in writing. As mentioned by students earlier, they are studying the proliferation of warehouses in our area, which I've been talking about for years. Put in writing these jobs won't be lost to AI. As the parent of the Valverde district, who's going to pay for the replacement school that's going to be destroyed in order to make space for warehousing? Residents of Moreno Valley, Mead Valley, and Paris. It's a very unique school. It has tons of special education programs there. There are people leaving Paris because they're concerned about the air quality and finding jobs outside logistics, it's just very difficult. We want commercial, sure, and I've been saying it for a long time that we need commercial, but I'm worried about what's around the commercial. That's the concern here. Yes, we do need these things, and I understand because I've been coming here and saying that we need these things. However, not mentioning to residents that in support of this, what's gonna be around there, it's just taking too much of a risk with a developer that has been proven to screw over communities time and time and time again. Of course, he didn't do it in Orange County. That's where he lives. He does it in the IE, where we live, where you guys live, where a lot of our carpenter union people live. So I'm advocating for better air quality for all of us. Even though it seems like I'm against it, you guys need to put in better protections. Thank you.
Mohammed Rahman.
Good evening, Council. I come to support the Harbor's Landing project because they bring a lot of good pay union job. I'm representative branch 1100. I'm the union shopper. I'm working post office last 27 years, and I'm doing the union. I know how good is the union job is. Please don't miss this opportunity and approve this job because the FedEx job is a union pay, good union pay job. You know, we need the union paid job. I working last 27 years as a mail carrier. I know how good the union job is. My wife also work post office. We both working the post office, we know the union job, how good it is. So FedEx is not like the other warehouse. It's kind of distribution like a post office. They bring the package and they distribute the other city. So you guys already approved so many White House. Why not this one? This one bring the good pay union job. Please, please approve this one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Franco Pacheco.
Good evening, City Council. My name is Franco Pacheco with Inland Valley Alliance and also with Paris Neighbors in Action. I just want to thank Nava and Avejo for standing their ground and looking out for the best interest of the Paris residents. When this project started, it was going to be 8 giant warehouses. And I also want to say, Corona, what are you doing, man? I seen a campaign video of him speaking in front of Valverde Elementary School concerned about this project. But when it came down to it, it was fine. So I just want to make sure that's said. And then also the AI data center clause in the project, we should restrict it to prevent AI data centers from being built in the uncertain phases of this project. Thank you.
Thank you.
Also, there's a phone up here. I don't know whose this is.
Julio Reyes.
Hello, good evening. My name is Julio Reyes. I'm here representing Kicks FC and the Paris Soccer League. As you guys all know, we have a partnership with the fields here, and we don't have enough room for our kids, for our families, so we're using Moreno Valley College and Mount San Jacinto College for their field usage, and it's been great partnership, and we actually got Moreno Valley College thanks to Tim, so that's been great. With these partnerships, we've been able to show our families like the right route, about JUCO and that we have them here locally. So that's been a huge step for us forward. So as you know, we're all supporting the project, especially with us not having field space. Not only that, but we understand that there's pros and cons to every project, right? But this has to be the biggest project that our city or community has had. So we for sure think the pros overweigh the cons by a mile. So you guys know the city, the community, we all want this, not just for the fields, but for the restaurants, for the jobs, for it all. So again, we're here supporting it. Thank you.
Thank you.
That is all.
All right, back to you, Mayor Pro Tem.
Well, just comments, a couple questions. Since our last meeting, city manager, for transparency purposes, what has changed?
Well, I'm going to have Kenneth Fung go over that. I don't think you're asking for a presentation. I think we're just looking for a summary of the changes to the project or anything that's been added as part of the development agreement.
Yes, Councilmember Corona, let me just briefly go over that with you. So the changes that have been included is, since there was a concern about just wanting to make sure there's a priority for housing, since that last meeting, housing is permitted by right in the Phase 1 MBU, which is the 68 acres. The plan in that area already allows 615 units in that area, which allow additional housing. In addition, the developer is making an additional contribution of $2 million within 90 days of the project approval to go towards first home buyer down payment program that will be administered by the city. In addition, just to further encourage, just give the city option for commercial uses. Any commercial uses such as recreation, manufacturing will require a CUP and will be subject to city council approval, which is beyond the typical planning commission. This will give the council flexibility in the event that there's a commercial use that would be amendable to the council that the council would like to support. And in addition, the developer now includes in the development agreement a $5 million contribution towards a future aquatic center for the city. So those were the additional terms that have been included since the last second reading meeting.
Okay, thank you. So I do have some comments real quick. I'll try to be brief. I do notice that we do have some new people here. So I know I said it in the last two meetings, but I do fully understand the controversy behind this specific project. I want the public to know that, in my opinion, we have worked a great deal to get the best we possibly can for our residents. We have worked with the developer to hold the developer to the highest possible standards. And I'm really confident, I'm very confident that we have received by far, the most community benefits for any project in the history of our city. And, just adding to that, it looks like we added more. So what are some of those things? Over 500 or close to 500 square feet of commercial development, a 16-acre sports complex, $22 million of subsidies to bring commercial, right? Which we're not in a position to be doing that, to be bringing commercial and retail using subsidies. All the infrastructure, which I think added about to $90 million. 40 acres at least to be allocated for a future hospital. And then also putting housing as a priority. And then since our last meeting, because I know it was mentioned before, how come we just didn't improve it last time? Why are we wasting everyone's time? I'll tell you why. Since that time, my colleague, Councilwoman Vallejo, was able to meet with the developer, and she was able to get for our city and our residents $2 million for first-time home buyer program and $5 million for a future aquatic center. So I think that's well worth the wait, and I'm not sorry for waiting for that time. So I want to commend you for doing that. And so I just want to make it clear, it's not just empty promises. All this stuff has been written down. We've had our lawyers look over it. We've gone over this because I have the concerns that many of our residents do. Are these just promises? And yeah. So I'm concerned about that. So we made sure we had everything written down. So for the residents who are and also if he doesn't go along, I guess, with the development agreements, there are very steep penalties that I'm sure we're gonna make sure that he pays those penalties if they don't adhere to the community benefits. Now, for those that hate big buildings, right? I hate them too, right? We all hate them too. So I don't think there's really much I could say to you to convince you. So at the same time, you might be asking, why are you doing this? Why not just deny it? What's the pros and cons, right? If we were to deny it right now, the developer, because of the what's currently zoned right now, they could build many 99,000 square foot warehouses all along the 215, which will add more warehouse square footage than what's currently being proposed right now. So if you're not a fan of warehouses, then I think this project is actually better than saying no. At the same time, it's not going to come with the community benefits. It's not going to come with the development agreements. And at the same time, it doesn't come with a covenant that we were very adamant about putting to prevent future warehouses in the future. So he can't build warehouses in the future if he wanted to. Now, I just want to be transparent. Anything that we put in there, any covenant that we put in there could be reversed by any future council. So if you have 3 people up here that are pro-warehouse, that likes to accept warehouse money, it could be reversed. So I just want to make that clear. But as of right now, as it stands right now, he can't build any future warehouses. I do want to address an issue. So in 2020, there was a proposal to put 7 warehouses from Nuevo Road all the way to Placencia, and it was horrendous. And there was people that supported that. There's people in this audience right now that supported that project. So I was very adamant that that cannot happen. What we're voting on today is not that project. We're talking about. I think it was 3.5 million square feet of warehouses. Right now, it's 400, a little bit more than 400,000 square feet. So I want to make that clear that we're not talking about the same project. This project, I believe, is a win. I understand it. I understand the controversy. I don't like big buildings either. I don't like the trucks going through it, right? But I do believe that by denying this, it actually sets us up for future problems in the future, and that's why I am in support of this project. I'm ready to move forward. I think we've done enough to get as much from the developer as we possibly can. With all the work that we put to ensure the best possible plan. You know, I do think about the past projects that we didn't get anything for, right? I mean, we just had something not too long ago where we're trying to almost beg the person to bring the commercial that they promised us 10 years ago. And here we are, we're making sure we're gonna get it. So, you know, I think it's amazing what can happen when the council, when we start to put our residents before our own campaign funds. So I think moving forward, it sets a good standard. Hopefully, we're not back here a lot for some of these projects. So I'm looking forward to supporting this. That's it. That's
Thank
all.
you. Councilman Rad.
Yes, thank you, Mayor Vargas. I'd like to thank all the speakers for coming out and sharing their thoughts today. As I mentioned at the February and March meeting, I do believe that this project, with this commercial aspect, is well worth us supporting it. Not only are we going to be getting a Sam's Club, there's also a Sprouts, a Chase Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Olive Garden, and many other commercial facilities in that area. I think we've worked with the developer over the last few years, particularly over the last 3 months, to get this project that is palpable and will benefit the community as a whole. Regarding the FedEx facility, I think a lot of people are misclassifying that as a warehouse, but it is classified as a parcel hub per our municipal code. I had an opportunity to visit a FedEx facility 4 years ago with the developer in October of 2022. There are people working in that facility. There are people making decent wages in that facility. So I think we're too focused, we're too apologetic about that. The good benefit of that facility is that the workers that work there, when they have their lunch, when they get off of work, they have the commercial right there. They have the Sam's Club to gas up at, to go in and buy supplies at. They have the Sprouts to go in and get healthy food at. We're working on getting the soccer club, the soccer facilities as part of the mandate of building that. So I think it's imperative that we move forward on this. Things are changing by the minute in our nation's economy. I mean, when we first heard this in February, we weren't at war with Iran. Now we're at war. The Strait of Hormuz is opening and closing every few days. So I think it's imperative that we lock this down, that we lock it down for the commercial developer, that we move forward on this. This is one of the biggest commercial developments we've seen in the city of Paris in years, possibly decades. I think the Winco was the extension of the Super Walmart. Super Walmart opened in 2015 with all the attendant stores opening up sometime in 2017 around there. So this is one of the biggest commercial facilities we've seen open up over the last year. We have the warehouse moratorium. We're working on prohibiting AI data centers within the city. So we have the good neighbor policy that have all been extended or enacted over the last few months. So with that, I do believe we've protected ourselves. As Councilman Corona mentioned, the original plan that was approved at the beginning of the 2010s does not prohibit the developer from building warehousing in that area. Regarding the Bloomington issue, I think we're discussing apples and oranges. Paris is an incorporated city in Riverside County. We have city staff here. We have municipal code. Bloomington is an unincorporated community in another county, San Bernardino County. They are governed by the Board of Supervisors. From my understanding, a lot of county planning departments have a lot of turnover. People are moving into the private sphere. People are moving into municipal government. So they don't have the same dedication and attention to detail that the City of Paris has and the City of Paris Council has, because we represent smaller areas. Even though we represent wards or districts, we go throughout the city. That might not be the case at the county level, especially a county that is one of the largest county in the country, in the continental United States. So I think, given everything that Mayor Pro Tem Corona's discussed, everything we've discussed over the last few meetings ad nauseum, I am prepared, everything that's in writing, it's all in the agenda packet, so feel free to peruse that during your free time to show everything that we've mandated the developer to do. I'm prepared to support this now, to get this project built, to start receiving the sales tax revenue from this project. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Vallejo.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. What I do want to be more clear about is I am thankful that some of my council members have agreed to extend it because it gave me more time to really assess the whole situation. I've said it before, and I've said it many times, I do not like the parcel hub, only because it's at the peak of where the freeway is. Like, we should make our city look more beautiful, and having a parcel hub does not make it any better, and I want more higher paying jobs for our community. But thinking from then, I feel like everyone knew where this vote was heading. Like, it was always going to get a majority of the vote. I feel like we can all think about that. Like, that's just where it was headed. I was always going to be on the losing side. But I wanted to make sure that, okay, I don't want to pout and be mad and just be like, okay, fine. I wanted to be more proactive and be like, well, what can we do since this project is going to pass anyways? What can we do to at least make sure we get the full benefit for you guys? Because that's my job. My job is I have a seat at this table. So regardless of how any situation goes, my job is to make sure that you guys get all like the amenities and the services that you guys don't have yet. And so far, I was very happy to have $2 million to help with first-time homebuyers assistance program. I've said it, thank you. I've said it ever since I started this council that I am your council member and I can't even afford a home. I can't. I still live with my parents because I can't afford one. So to know that we can give you guys that opportunity, that's what I care about more. And I completely understand the environmental quality. Like, I am a huge environmentalist. I care about the air quality. I feel like no other city in the Inland Empire is thinking about how terrible it's causing our bodies. But the more I think about it is I need you guys to step up with me. Like, I can't be the only one here fighting. Like after this next election, I'm pretty much the sole vote here. No one is there supporting me, and it's people like me where I might have to leave too because I have no one to back it up with me. But if you guys can come be on this seat and on this table with me, we can make Paris and we can really change it to the way that we want it to. I really hope you guys consider running because that's what I want you guys to do. And I know it's hard and I know there's a lot that goes into it, but if you guys are there with me, we can literally make Paris better because it's not gonna look good in the next few years. And I just wanna make sure that you guys are getting all the services that you guys really want. And I hope all cities now in the Inland Empire can look at Paris and be like, dang, they got a lot out of this developer. Like, we did get a lot out of it. And I am very impressed. I'm just like I can't believe we actually do that. And it is possible. I just really want you guys to really understand that I have thought about this. Truly, I don't like the parcel hub. I love the commercial. I just don't like it. I don't like the project. But now that it has already passed and then now it is at a second reading, I feel like we did. I mean, I still think we could do more, but I don't have the votes for it. And we don't have, I don't have the full support to go through. But if I can get you guys as change makers, as the young progressives that you guys are, we can make Paris better and we can turn it around. But I just need your guys' help because if not, this is how it's always going to be. This is how it's always going to be, and I hate it, but that is how politics works. And unfortunately, to really be into politics, you really have to work with the people you don't like or the people that you hate, just so the community gets all the benefit out there. So I really hope that you guys see that the commercial is the best part about it. I love it. I do not like the parcel hub, but we have to unfortunately move forward with it. But I hope I gathered as much as I can for the little experience that I have on here, just so you guys can have a little bit more success in this city living here. That's it. Thank you.
Councilwoman Nava.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a highly controversial project, so I truly appreciate the time and dedication for us to truly deliberate on what we are discussing here. So a great thank you to all our public comments. This is unusual for us to go on to what we'd call a third reading, right? But as my colleague has already stated, the writing is already on the wall. But since we first heard about this item, there have continued to be several updates. So I'm hoping that I could receive, and I'm sure the public would like to know, because we are interested in the commercial component of this, could we review exactly who is set to come as far as a commercial component? Is staff able to do that, or would we have to require that from the applicant?
The applicant would be more appropriate to
Okay, but
identify.
this is not a hearing again, folks. This is a consent calendar item, and we've gone over this, I don't know how many months. So if you have it, Kenneth, please pitch it out. If you don't, we got to move forward. It's not a hearing.
I can go off the things that I remember. So
Okay, so just sorry, Kenneth, not to put you on the spot. I understand this is not a public hearing and it is on the consent calendar, but since our last meetings, we have been updated that Olive Garden will no longer be a part of this project, and anyone feel free to chime in if I am wrong. So we continue to hear that is that correct? I'm sorry. Olive Garden has pulled out.
That's what we're told by the developer, but we have not heard that from, I've not heard that from Olive Garden directly.
Okay.
It's not a, sit down, please.
All right.
The one that's pulled out is Panera Bread, not Olive Garden. That's the latest that I received. And I gave up on Panera Bread, I don't know how many times, but this is like the fourth try we've been trying to get them. They keep coming and going, so.
Okay.
5 now? Thank you for clarifying that.
So that just reinforces my point, right? I know that the argument here by my colleagues is that, and I quote, that community has been crying, not my words, community has been crying for commercial, and yet between the first reading and now, we continue to hear pullback. And I'm not sure that my colleagues know exactly which retail components are coming. I heard a mention about a Chase. We don't know that. We have nothing in contract by the applicant. And that is very unusual for us to make decisions when there aren't any signed contracts, when it's very vague. And I just want to reiterate that it's very vague for a reason. But I'm not sure if those changes in retail will have my colleagues waver on their decision, because I know that the advocacy here is the push for retail, right? But I'm not sure when they draw the line once we continue to hear that these retail components are now dropping. And again, Mr. Howard, as a business owner, I know you are pushing for what is best for your, your interests and whatnot. And again, as a council, we also have to push for our community's interest. And there's nothing wrong in what Mr. Howard is doing. He's a businessman, right? He's going to push for whatever is more profitable that will stick and be approved. And so I believe as a council, we also have to weigh what residents have been mentioning as far as pros and cons and finding that delicate balance. And I don't know about you, but I can't put a price on clean air, quality of our air, increased traffic. A lot of our residents are commuters. We haven't even discussed or touched on how many semi-trucks will be coming in and out of this parcel hub. There's studies that mention that it'll be 4 to 5 times higher increased volume than a regular warehouse. So I'm not sure about you, but those who commute in and out of Paris, do you want to sit in your car for longer? Do you want to miss out on family time like our union workers mentioned? So these are just, again, the delicate balance that we have to question. And I'm sorry that this is just a one-sided, but again, this is a consent calendar item, and there doesn't seem to be much room for discussion. And on this item, we mentioned that the developer will be required to do the due diligence as far as filling the future phase of the hospital. What does that due diligence entail? And this is a staff question. Do we have any oversight committee? Are there any benchmarks, any deadlines to make sure that the applicant will be truly fulfilling those obligations?
At this point, as required in the DA, there is a 10-year lock on the northern 40 acres to allow the applicant to complete the due diligence and attract a hospital. That's the stipulation in the DA.
Okay, but there's no oversight committee who's in charge of making sure that the applicant is attending conferences or negotiating. So it's just, that's what also drives me to have my reservations, is that, again, it's very vague. There doesn't seem to be any oversight on some of these things. And just to make it really clear, I know our community really wants commercial. I know we really want, some of the things on this project are very attractive to our community. But again, then we have a parcel hub tied up to it. So I know the park is also a crucial component of this project, and I truly hope that La Academia has had all the way in that they can in order to make sure that this project meets and satisfies those requirements. Because on this side, again, we haven't seen any plans as far as the park. We don't know if it's turf grass. We don't know if there's a playground attached to it. It's, again, just, there's nothing that obligates the developer to build and meet, those criteria. It seems to be very vague. The keyword is vague. There was talks from our public regarding solar panels. I'm just wondering if that's something that was ever addressed with the applicant?
No.
Is that something we can entertain with the applicant as far as solar panels go?
Councilwoman Nava, this is the second reading. At this point, unless you continue, I don't, I'll refer that to our city attorney.
Well, this is a second reading, and I think everything has been negotiated. So unless the mayor wants to allow the applicant to come up and respond to this, it's not a hearing, but the mayor definitely has discretion to allow the applicant to respond to the councilwoman's question.
Regardless of the requirement, there's an airport, so it would have to include airport restriction requirements too.
Yeah, we've extended this too long. We need to
Yeah,
get
okay.
this finalized.
No, I agreed. It was just a comment that was made today that I don't believe had been addressed. And then there was also a comment made regarding empty warehouses. We have so many. I just wish the applicant could have taken advantage of one of those empty warehouses and made that retrofitting in order to make the FedEx Parcel Hub work out of there, out of an already approved project. And then another comment, I believe I've touched on some of the ones that really stood out to me, but there was another comment made as far as long-term development. And just to throw it out there, our city is expected to grow. We have approved housing coming to our city and those that have been yet to be approved. Our city is growing with families whose median income will be much higher in order to afford these high cost of living, high mortgages, high rents. Businesses are highly attracted to those rooftops. And, as I mentioned, the income will also be going up. With projects like the one today, I'm worried that we're not thinking long-term, and rather than moving growth to a positive direction, we're going to deter away from prospective businesses who'd be looking at our city of Paris as a profitable city for them. And not only that, but I know I wouldn't want to have a warehouse as my neighbor. I wouldn't want to have a parcel hub as something that isn't, I look out my window and that's what I would see. And I doubt anyone here in this room would like to have their views obstructed by any type of industrial warehouse type parcel hub facility. And that's what it seems like we're attracting. We continue to push this direction, and at some point, every resident here in Paris will have some kind of view to something that is unsightly, and this is why we have to have 14 feet walls in order to try to hide something that you really can't hide, because again, we know that the impacts are significant and avoidable, and the things that you can't see, like air quality, will also be affected. And there was also a comment made by Mr. Felix. I offered to meet with you in person and over the phone. You turned me down. So those are my comments regarding that. And the rest of the comments you made, I will not address because my mother, quite frankly, raised me better than that. And so my concerns continue to stem from the vagueness and lack of transparency that is being done here in our dais. So I'm worried that by approving these 70 acres, the applicant can very well much come back and continue to approve similar type uses like the parcel hub. And all it takes, like Councilmember Corona said, is 3 people that like to accept warehouse money. So there really is no guarantee that the growth we see here will continue to go in line with parcel hub. So those are my comments for now. Thank you.
Thank you. Kenneth, what's the covenant for not being able to build homes or warehouses in the future? Is it 20 years?
This is indefinite.
Indefinite. But that can be reversed?
That would have to come back for city council approval.
Okay.
But-
At any rate,
But we
we
have.
got,
Sorry, I was just going to say, Mr. Mayor, but there's a provision in there that says the applicant shall not ask for it to be reversed.
very good, thank you. So, yeah, I guess it just baffles me how long we have to continue enduring this battle for this fantastic project for this community that the majority of the community or those who have met the surveys, what have you, have supported this project. The initial, I think Mayor Pro Tem mentioned it, but it was close to 4 million square feet of warehouses that this project was originally going to bring, and it's now down to 390,000 square foot partial hub. Partial hub being it's the last mile of delivery. You're not going to have a bunch of 18-wheelers coming in and out. Yes, there will be some 18-wheelers delivering the final packages and then being delivered to our residents in electrified vehicles, which are paying union jobs. FedEx is a union employer, so these are good-paying jobs with great benefits. Yeah, I know so far Panera Bread left, and the longer we keep on delaying this, yeah, we're going to lose more people because they're tired of waiting. This should have been resolved 2 months ago or 3 months ago, whenever the second reading should have been done. The developer has met all these obligations or demands that this council has asked for, way above the norm. I just can't believe how much he has given into this council for this project. $90 million alone in infrastructure, that's our budget, folks. That would take decades for this city to develop that kind of infrastructure, and that's who builds out our infrastructures, not just warehouses, but home developers and commercial developers. And everybody's and not everybody, those who are negative about this project are focused over 390,000 square feet and assumed to forget all the retail that wants to come to this city. Yeah, you can't have a signed PSA, purchase sales agreement, because until he gets this project approved, but he's got letters of interest. Folks have come to this meeting saying they're ready to come. They've come to us at ICSC, International Council of Shopping Centers, and what's the holdup? Why are we waiting? We're ready to go to in Paris. The park, 600 homes. But we're all worried about this partial hub, but forget about all these other amenities that he's bringing to this city that everybody's been crying for. Every time we make a ribbon cutting, we want Chase, we want this. I mean, they just throw it. And you all know that up here on this dais, because we're all on Facebook, and you see the demands that this council is doing. And here we have this opportunity to do this, and yet we are prolonging this second reading because we're confused, we need to learn more. This man is just given a lot and has met these demands significantly. And I don't want to beat around the bush. We've done that before. So at this point, I'm looking for a motion to approve this. All right, if we can wrap this up so we can get this going. Mayor Pro Tem.
Yeah, so I think some of the questions, some of the comments that my colleague Nava kind of mentioned, about that there's certain commercial that are pulling out. I wasn't aware of that. The staff never let me know about Panera. Is Panera? Do we not know?
We have not heard that.
Okay. Because a big portion of this, as the mayor stated, was because of the commercial. I mean, it's the only thing that's really selling everything. But if we're gonna have people pulling out, that's kind of concerning to me. But I do want to make it clear, and I don't think I mentioned that, but if maybe our city manager can elaborate. What is the requirement that the developer has to construct, and then how much has to be occupied, and what happens if it doesn't occupy it? Do we have a contingency for that?
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem, the developer is required to construct about 300, how many square feet?
326,000.
326,000 square feet simultaneously at the same time when the FedEx building is under construction. That is out of the total 424,000 square feet. So about 70-80% of the commercial must be constructed at the same time as the parcel hub. That's minimum. Additionally, the constructed commercial must be occupied and fully operational for 194,000 square feet of that over 300,000 square feet of construction. If it's not, the developer shall pay to the city $15 million at such time until 194,000 square feet are fully occupied.
Okay. And then the concern I had was, hey, maybe it's cheaper just to pay us off. So what happens as time goes on? Do we have a contingency for that?
Additionally, the developer is required to pay $1 million a month until he meets that requirement.
So after 1 year, we would get an additional $12 million. So we do have a contingency plan if they did decide to pull out and kind of bamboozle us. Guys, I've thought about this stuff, right? I thought about this stuff. I'm not paid off by the developer, right? I want to fight what's important for our residents. You know, I care deeply about it. I understand it's a controversial issue. But you know, I do think it would be worse if we did nothing. It would be worse for the people who are against warehouses and large buildings. It would be worse if we did nothing because they're going to build it and we're not going to get all this other stuff too. So I'm ready to move forward. Thank you.
All right, looking for a motion, please. I have a motion by Councilman Sark. I have a motion by Councilman Rab. And a second by Mayor Pro Tem Rab. Please call. I'm tired, man. Mayor Pro Tem Corona, please call the vote.
Vallejo, Corona, Rab, Vargas, yes. Nava, no.
Thank you. The motion finally passes. All right. I believe that clears up the consent calendar. We just had 2 items, right? Give a couple of minutes here to let the traffic clear out. Actually, let's just take a 5-minute break, folks. All right, so now we're going into our public hearings, and we are down to our last hour. So we do have some time-sensitive issues. I'm going to ask staff to push 11B to, can we say the next meeting, or do you have to figure that one out?
Yes, it would be date specific, so we don't have to re-advertise.
Okay, so what's the date for that? Tell me somebody who's the next meeting. Oh, it's this month? Okay.
Thank you.
So if I get someone to make that motion for me, please? Mayor Pro Tem, are you making that motion?
I'm sorry,
I mean,
I never heard what item. Sorry.
The first
11A.
hearing.
Okay.
11, oh, it's 11B.
I'm sorry.
I skipped 11A,
Okay.
didn't I?
Yes.
11A. All right, I'm sorry, guys, I just jumped the gun. We'll get to that. Let's do 11A, because
All
that's.
right. We wanna make sure.
Yeah, no, thank you for that. Okay, 11A is a consideration to continue the general plan amendment 23-05247, the zone change 23-05245, plan development overlay zone 23-05246, tentative track map 23-05244, TTM 38775, and the development plan review 23-00019, which is continued from the February 24th, 2026 meeting to the May 26, 2026 City Council meeting, a proposal to facilitate the development of Acacia Puente, a 140-unit townhome-style condominium project on 11.6 acres located south of Nuevo Road and east of Wilson Avenue. The applicant is Ryan Rusley from D.R. Horton. This is introduced by our Director of Development Services, Mr. Kenneth Fung.
Yes, the applicant is requesting a continuance, as you mentioned, to May 26, 26, to work out an agreement with one of the property owners.
Down to one property owner. Madam Clerk, was there any request to speak on this item?
Yes, sir. Luz Gomez?
Hi, my name is Luz Gomez. I'm here because I'm still waiting on them to let me know what's going to happen with my property. I just got an email yesterday from a whole month that I just got an email yesterday saying that give them until Monday, and that's just what they keep on saying. Every time it's Monday, nothing, I don't get no emails. I email them again, and they just, oh, give me another day. That's all they do to me. And I haven't got no good response from them. And I'm not the only one. There's another person that they haven't did anything with, her property.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you know who the last person was that they got to work out?
We are only aware of one, but we'll reach out to D.R. Horton to double check if there's another
Is there
one.
anybody here from D.R. Horton?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
just point of technicality, I don't think you opened the public hearing, so we can,
You're
can you
right.
declare that you opened it? Please, thank you.
No, you're right. Thank you. I'm going to open up the public hearing at 9:02.
Mr. Mayor and members of City Council, thank you for your patience this evening. It's been a long night, hasn't it? I'm Dan Boyd, Vice President of D.R. Horton for Entitlements. We do appreciate the community's and the council's patience in this matter as we still continue to work out all the legalities of this project with respect to some of the homeowners. And there are more than one outstanding. So we're still working feverishly under advice of legal counsel. I'm not able to go into any of the specifics, but trust us, we own the property. We're looking forward to develop it, and we're looking forward to come back here for the final approval.
Thank you. I appreciate your comments, but, we have constituents we have to look after. You can have a seat.
Thank you.
And this woman's been here before. What was your name, ma'am? Was it Rosa? Oh, I'm somewhere. Luz. Do me a favor, come on up to the podium. So when you send an email, have you been sending emails or no?
Yes.
Okay, when you do send emails, I need you to attach my name to that. Mayor
I do have your info.
at cityofparis.org.
Yeah, I have it.
Please include me in it.
Okay,
And
I'll
any-
CC all of you guys.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. Just include me. I don't want to violate any Brown Act.
Okay,
Just include me,
I will.
and so we can see that you are responding, what's going back and forth, because we need to get this resolved, okay?
I will do that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Angela Martinez?
How many speakers did you have on this?
That is all.
Oh. Come on up, Angela. Please bring, Angela, pull down the microphone closer to you, please. Do you need an interpreter?
Sí, por
Oh,
favor.
okay. Espérate un momento.
Buenas tardes.
Frases cortas para poder interpretar.
Vengo aquí porque vine en febrero, hablé con una persona respecto al problema que causaron en mi propiedad.
I'm here because I came in February. I spoke to somebody in regards to the damage that was caused to my property.
Y me dijo que necesitaba yo hacer otra evaluación porque la evaluación que habíamos hecho estaba era muy alta.
I was told that I needed to have another evaluation because what I had done was too high.
Yo hice la otra evaluación y se las mandé, pero hasta ahorita yo no he tenido respuesta de nada.
I had the other evaluation and I sent it, but up to this point I haven't received any information.
Yo les mandé una carta porque ellos vinieron a evaluar mi casa, pero ellos me mandaron decir que ellos no tenían nada que ver con los daños de mi casa, que mi casa ya estaba dañada.
I sent a letter because they came to evaluate the house, and then I was sent information saying that they did not cause any damage, that my house was already damaged.
Yo no recuerdo que estas personas hayan venido antes de empezar a trabajar, que hayan venido a pedirme permiso para evaluar mi casa.
I don't remember these people coming before the work was started for them to come and ask for permission to evaluate my house.
Y ellos me mandan decir que ellos no tienen nada que ver con los daños de mi casa.
And so they said that they have nothing to do with the damages to my home.
Pero yo pienso que si ellos no vivían en mi casa, no vinieron a evaluarla antes de empezar a trabajar, ¿cómo ellos pueden asegurar que mi casa ya estaba dañada? Mi casa no estaba dañada para nada.
But I think that they don't live in my home. They didn't come before the work started to evaluate my home, so they don't know if my house was damaged.
Yo tengo videos de cómo ellos estuvieron pasando junto a mi casa
I have
con las
videos
máquinas
on how they were passing by near my house with their machines,
y cómo ellos pasaban que parecía que iban jugando carreras
and
con
how
las
they would
máquinas esas, pegadito a mi casa.
how they would zoom by, and it seemed like they were racing each other with those big machines close to my home.
Y yo en la carta les mandé decir también que que ellos no pueden decidir si ellos dañaron o no dañaron mi casa.
In this letter, I sent information saying that they cannot decide whether they damaged or did not damage my home.
Y si ellos no quieren arreglar conmigo las cosas bien, entonces un juez deberá decidir si ellos o no dañaron mi casa.
If they cannot fix things with me and do it correctly, then I think a judge should be the one who decides if the house it needs to be corrected.
Ahora, otra cosa.
Now, another thing,
Ellos piensan poner un cerco al lado del de nosotros.
they are thinking of putting up a fence next to ours.
En medio de los dos cercos va a quedar un espacio pequeño.
In between both fences, there's going to be a small space.
Yo ya tomé fotos ahora que ya llovió.
I took images now that it rained.
Está lleno de hierbas ahí.
It's full of weeds there now.
¿Quién se va a meter a limpiar ahí? Cuando venga En las lluvias se va a llenar de hierbas, va a haber basura, el aire va a traer basura.
Now, who's going to go in there and clean that up? When the rain comes, there's going to be weeds, there's going to be trash.
Cuando haya basura ahí y hierbas, se va a llenar de ratas, cucarachas, ratones, de toda clase de animales.
When there's trash there and weeds, it's going to get infested with rats, roaches, all types of animals.
Y esos animales se van a ir a nuestra casa porque va a estar bien pegado ahí la basura, el zacate, la hierba, todo va a estar ahí.
Those animals are going to be coming over to our homes because it's going to be so close, the trash, the weeds, and all the trash there.
Y lo que quiero saber, ¿quién se va a encargar de limpiar ahí? Porque a mí no me gustaría que mi casa esté llena de ratones, llena de animales y llena de hierbas ahí.
What I would like to know is who is going to be in charge of cleaning that area because I wouldn't want my house full of rodents, full of animals, and full of weeds.
Y eso es.
That's all.
Tell her, gracias, señora. Hold on. Would you explain to her that a staff member is going to talk to her?
Una persona de facultad va a hablar con usted. ¿Ok? Puede tomar asiento.
All right, you said that was it?
Yes.
Okay, council, the request is to, I'm sorry, what was the request? They want to continue, was there, to May 26th, so if there's no comments or someone wants to make that a motion, Council, Mayor Pro Tem? You're making the motion? Oh. I have a motion by Mayor Pro Tem Corona and a second by Councilman Rab. Please call the vote.
Five oh, motion approved.
Thank you. Continue to May 26th. All right, now the 11B I was mentioning to, we're going to push that to a date specific to April 28th because of our timeline here. So if I can get someone to make that motion. And I did ask you,
Mr. Mayor, I'm so sorry.
I didn't close the public hearing.
You didn't close the public hearing, and then you would have to open the public hearing in this one and close it before you continue it too. Sorry.
That's okay, it's late. So I need to close the public hearing at 9:12, thank you. I'm done with that one now, right? All right, now I'm going back to 11C, B. And I want to open the public hearing at, thank you, 9:12. Madam Clerk, do we have any requests to speak on this item?
No, sir.
Very good. We're going to close the public hearing at 9:12 still. And as I mentioned before, I'd like to move this to the May 28th date specific.
So question, are we also moving item C?
Haven't got to C yet.
Okay, but
No, we have to hear item C. This is just 11B right now. Did I mess up again?
no, you're right, but I'm just wondering why we're moving item B.
It's not time sensitive and we're running out of time and I got a lot more on my calendar to deal with. This is protected by your moratorium,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
it's not
okay.
time sensitive.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm looking for a motion on that. So
Make a motion to continue this to the April 28th meeting.
I have a motion by Councilman Rabb, second by Mayor Pro Tem Corona. Please call the vote. Who didn't vote? Me. It's been a long week, and it's only Tuesday. It's only Tuesday.
5-0, motion approved.
Thank you. I'm sorry, folks. Okay, item 11C. C is to consider to adopt the first reading of the proposed ordinance number next in order to update the Transportation Uniform Mitigation Fee, most commonly known as TUMF, program to include the Construction Cost Index, CCI, adjustment for fees on all developments in the city of Paris and adopt proposed resolution number next in order to amend and update the fee schedule applicable to the TEMP program to include a construction cost index adjustment. And this is going to be introduced by our Director of Development Services, Mr. Kenneth Fung.
Good evening, Mayor and members of the City Council. This will be presented by Gus Lua, our Building and Safety Manager.
All right, welcome, Gus.
Hi, good evening, council members and city staff. I'm going to just do a quick presentation, basically some bullet points of what the program entails. And basically, this is a proposal to do a resolution and a ordinance amendment for our TUM fees. So just a bit of background. The city is a member of the Western Regional County of Governments, which is RCOG. For those of you familiar, the city council did adopt a fee change back in 2025. RCOG recently contacted the city members, which consists of 18 agencies, and presented a proposal to update the ordinances and resolutions for TUMF. The updates contain approximately about 2.6% increase in fees commencing July 1st. And then additionally, there's a component for the cost construction index change that would occur annually afterward every July 1st. The next slide is a comparison of the current rate that's on the far left, the proposed rate that's in the middle, and all the land use categories that's outlined on the far right. Basically, the construction cost index will enable RCOG to keep pace with the rising cost of construction associated with the TUMF regional roadway network. And the index is capped at a 5% max, which would be either positive or negative. So it could actually go negative in years if that occurs. Staff recommendation is to introduce and adopt the ordinance, the next in order, amending the city's TUMF ordinance to include the updated fee schedule and establish an annual adjustment using the construction cost index of land, labor, and materials that effective July 1st of 2026. Also, staff recommends that City Council adopt resolution, the next in order, to implement the updated TUMF fee schedule effective July 1st, 2026. And that concludes my presentation. It's not a lengthy one, but basically a quick overview of the TUMF proposal for.
Thank you, Gus. I just want to clarify, this is a regional county increase, not just a city of Paris.
Correct. All the 18 agencies are.
Thank you, Gus. All right, I'm going to open up the public hearing at 9:17. Madam Clerk, do we have any requests to speak?
No, sir.
Okay, I'm going to close the public hearing at 9:17. Council, does anybody have any questions or comments? I'm going to entertain a motion to approve. Motion by Councilman Rabb, second by Mayor Pro Tem Corona. Please call the vote.
Okay.
Thank you, Gus.
5-0, motion approved.
Thank you. All right, 11D is consideration to approve a location sales tax sharing agreement with Medline Industries. This is going to be introduced by our city manager, Ms. Clara Miramontes.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to introduce Mr. Armando Ponchi, Principal Management Analyst, who will be introducing this item.
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council, and city staff. Tonight, I'm presenting for your consideration a location sales tax sharing agreement between the City of Paris and Medline Industries, LP. On December 11, 2025, the Economic Development Committee reviewed a request from Medline Industries for a sales tax sharing location agreement at 815 South Redlands Avenue. The committee at the time recommended moving forward this item for council consideration and approval. Medline Industries is a prospective tenant of a 975,000 square foot distribution facility located at 815 South Redlands Avenue here in Paris. Medline is one of the largest providers of medical, surgical products and supply chain solutions in the country. They employ over 43,000 people in over 100 countries worldwide. So Medline currently operates distribution centers in cities of like Rialto, Temecula, and the city of Tracy, all under which they have a 15/50 revenue sharing agreement similar to what is being proposed tonight. The proposed agreement carries a 20-year term from the effective date. Under the agreement, the city would share a 50% of all local sales tax revenues generated by Medline operations. Based on the projected annual sales of $8 million, the city share is estimated at $4 million per year. Over the full 20-year term, that represents $80 million projected revenue for the city. The agreement is also projected to bring over 500 jobs to Paris, and it includes employment outreach for local residents provisions. So this requires Medline to make reasonable efforts to recruit and hire locally. So just without this agreement, the site would likely operate as a standard facility distribution that wouldn't generate that additional tax revenue for the city. The city also received a letter of support from the California Governor's Office of Business and Economic Development, GoBiz. This letter has been included in your packet for reference. So with that, staff recommends that the City Council approve entering into the location sales tax sharing agreement between the City of Paris and Medline Industries, and authorize the city manager to execute the agreement in substantially the form attached, subject to as to form by the city attorney. This concludes my presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions, and representatives from Medline are here to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to open the public hearing at 9:21. Madam Clerk, do you have any requests to speak on this item?
No, sir.
Council, or anybody have any questions or comments? I'm going to close the public hearing at, thank you, Panchi, at 9:21, and I'll call for a motion. I have a motion by Councilwoman Nava, second by Mayor Pro Tem Corona. Please call the vote.
5-0, motion approved.
Thank you. 11E is consideration to approve a sales tax sharing agreement with Dover Incorporated for the Ethernet Travel Center. This will be introduced by our Assistant City Manager, Mr. Wendell Bugtai.
Thank you, Mayor. We have Matt Cohen with Elshire Winder to present this item.
Good evening, Mayor, members of the City Council. We saved the best for last, I guess. The local sales, this is a local sales tax sharing agreement, and this is for a project, next slide, please, that was already approved by the, next slide, please. Oh, okay. Oh, I got to do it. Okay, sorry. That would be nice.
Got to tell your finger.
Okay. Well, we'll start again. Local sales tax sharing agreement between the City of Paris and Dover regarding the Ethernet Travel Center. The project overview, this was a project that the City Council approved on February 11th, 2025. It's for the Ethernet Travel Center. It's a new facility supporting regional and local highway traveling users located on 14.4 acres on the northwest corner of Ethernet Road and Trumbull Road in the City of Paris. Dover Inc. is the expected owner and operator of the Ethernet Travel Center, and this project will include a 2,228 square foot drive-through restaurant, an 11,752 square foot convenience store and fueling facilities for trucks and passenger vehicles, and 8,452 square foot truck shop and parking facilities for passing motorists and commercial truck operators. The proposed agreement is for 10 years from the effective date. The City of Paris will share 50% of all local sales tax revenues generated by Dover Inc., but only up to a total amount of $3 million. So as it would work, the city would retain 50% of local sales tax revenues each fiscal quarter, and Dover Inc. would receive 50% of local sales tax revenues as city payment. The projected annual sales tax revenue is $1 million, which will be shared between the two up till Dover reaches its maximum of $3 million, as stated before. The projected employment will be approximately 70 positions, and the purpose of the agreement would allow the project to offset initial prohibitive inflationary costs and proceed with construction. So the recommendation is that the City Council approve entering a local sales tax sharing agreement between the City of Paris and Dover, Inc., and authorize the city manager to execute the agreement in substantially the form and format attached, subject to approval as to form by the city attorney. That's all.
Thank you. I'm open up the public hearing at 9:25. Madam Clerk, have a request to speak?
No, sir.
Close the hearing at 9:25. Council, anybody have any comments or questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Question?
Yes, Councilman Rabb.
Regarding the sales tax agreement, was there a reason why this wasn't an issue when we initially approved this project? I think it was last year for the sales tax sharing agreement when we discussed this back in 2025.
Yes, Councilman Rabb. Being that this project was one of the items that was also part of the litigation with the Menifee Global Settlement, they were held back and the litigation took over a year and a half to settle. So at that time, we did not know that the litigation was going to go on that long, so it wasn't necessary at the time. They did lose a couple of tenants, which was Pilot, Loves, so they had some losses recently. So this is now a necessity. It wasn't back then, but now it is. That's why it's here today.
And they need it for 10 years?
It's only up to 10 years, whichever comes first. So when they reach their $3 million sales tax sharing, then it's over.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Councilman Mayor Pro Tem?
No, my question was the same thing. I saw that with the 10 years, and I was wondering why do they need 10 years, but you answered it. Thank you.
All right, I'm looking for a motion then. A motion to approve by Mayor Pro Tem Corona, second by Councilman Corona. Councilman Rabb, please call the vote. We had League of Cities last night in La Quinta till, I didn't get home till after 8:30 last night.
5-0, motion approved.
Thank you. Okay, where am I at? 12A, this is our business items, which are not public hearings. 12A is consideration to discuss and provide direction to staff related to the renaming of the Cesar Chavez Library and modification/removal of the Cesar Chavez statue and artistic paintings/murals on city properties. This will be introduced by our city manager, Clara Miramontes.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. This is regarding existing public art. Put the slide, please. I don't have access to. There we go. This is regarding to existing thank you. This is regarding existing public art and the library name that currently recognizes Cesar Chavez. And in light of the recent allegations pertaining to Cesar Chavez's personal conduct in the past, staff is bringing this item to the council to get direction as to how to proceed with either modifying or removing some of these items. And one of them is a utility box, a library mural, a bronze sculpture, and the library name. The utility box rewrapping would be approximately $900. The library mural could be modified, and that would be where we could paint the painter would paint over the Cesar Chavez and create another art depiction. The third item is the bronze sculpture, which was recently put up in 2024. And there's a couple of things that can be done with that one. It could either be removed, which is a cost of about $5,000. It could be modified by replacing Cesar Chavez only with some other figure. Or it could be, and that would be range about $100,000 to $200,000. Or the entire statue could be replaced, which could cost up to $500,000. And the last piece of tied to Cesar Chavez is the name of the library. And that includes the facade. It currently does have his name up there, and also the plaque. And those would need to be modified, and that could cost up to $25,000. So staff is asking for direction as to how to proceed. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Clerk, do we have any requests to speak on this item?
Yes, sir. Yolanda Tovar,
How many speakers do we have?
4.
Okay.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor Marcus and staff from the
Can
City
you pull down the
Council.
microphone closer to you? Thank you.
I said, good evening, Honorable Mayor, the city staff, especially you, David. I've known you a long time. Okay, I'm going to get started because I know we don't have much time. And everybody wants to go home. Well, first of all, I knew Cesar Chavez. I worked in Fresno at the Grapes, and I went to Delano to visit Cesar Chavez because I wanted to hear what he had to say. He ruined the farmer. He wanted just to get a union going. I wasn't for Cesar Chavez right from the beginning. I didn't like what he did. I was invited to one of his parties after the rally. I did not go. Family calling me. Anyway, I suggest, I don't know if you got these papers where you could see where I'm in Fresno and you can see the grapevines, and there's a little girl there where I'm after work. Do you see that? Where it says what, Fresno? Okay, and I just want to say I was at the San Joaquin River, that's right behind on Shaw Avenue in Fresno, that we used to get in. So I'm real familiar with grapes. Every year we go for about 3 months and pick grapes. I pick Trey, and I work for Gondola for the wineries. So I was there quite often. So anyway, I just want, please, to change it. I knew the man. I didn't like what he did, and it's true. I'm sorry to say, but it's true. I have other people that I listed. Chayo Villegas was a resident from here, from Paris. He ran the potato fields. That Norman Hughes, Charlie and Johnny Mott, they were potato people. There was the third one, fourth one, Underwood, he was onion. Mr. and Mrs. Underwood, Mrs. Underwood had a dress shop here in town. Here are my clippers from the onions that I used to pick. If you notice on one of the pictures there, you see a young man sitting on a sack. That was my cousin, Marcelino Tovar. We got paid 25 cents a sack for picking, it was 2 buckets that you put in the sack. So I'm very familiar with working in the fields. I was 7 years old working in the fields. I was 7 years old driving a John Deere tractor in Fresno. I've been in a lot of field work. Squash, watermelon, tomato, just you name it.
Ms. Tovar, thank you. Your time's up. Yep, sorry, but thank you for coming. Thank you so much. And you look great. Yeah, it's okay, deputies.
Remy,
I'm here to read from my colleague. Hello, I'm going to read the following on behalf of Luz Gallegos. She is currently in Sacramento and is not able to be present. I read, the many years of organizing and hard work to secure funding to bring a library to our city of Paris was a community effort, to the organizing, to naming it. after Caesar was a struggle. The library was built on our old Paris Park. This was the location where we would gather and meet with our local farm workers, and Caesar to organize to bring justice for our local Paris Valley farm workers. But now we have learned of the allegations, and we stand with the survivors. What has been revealed is painful. Silence has never protected our farm worker communities. The farm worker movement was built by workers and families. It belongs to the people. Standing with the survivors is not a betrayal to the movement. It is a commitment to its values. All the organizing and mobilizing that it took to secure a library for our city to the naming of the library was made possible by our organizing of our local Paris community members. We ask any decision that is made has to be in consideration with the input of our local Paris residents. We want to make sure this vision includes the movement of many people, including kids, women, men, and families. We move forward in unity as we continue to seek justice for all vulnerable workers. The fight never ended. The fight for justice continues on. Thank you.
Thank you.
Carla Cervantes.
Good evening again, Council. Here I am crying to you all, as Mayor Vargas likes to say, but what I like to say is engaging in my civic rights to be able to come and talk about things publicly. I used to work at the Paris Library. I really enjoyed it. There are librarians there that have been there since before this building was there. They've been there for so long. I will shout out to Shirley if you've ever gone to the Paris Library. She's incredible. I did speak to her. She said she doesn't want a mural about herself, which I was kind of bummed about because I think she deserves it. But it is a shame that we did see something for so long and now we're finding out these allegations. It's just so terrible. But I also want to reiterate that this doesn't take away from the farmers workers movement. If we can make something that is reflecting that still, because we do have history here in the city of Paris that I think definitely needs to be shown in a light that we did have, and we still have a really strong agricultural community here. And so although this is disappointing, I know it's not only happening in the city of Paris, but I commend that you guys are at least taking steps forward to try to really show and highlight that this doesn't define the farmers worker movement, right? So yeah, I think there's tons and tons of ideas here. I hope that you guys have community input in this because I know it's gonna cost a pretty penny. I know that that statue costs a lot of money too. So yeah, thank you for hearing me crying about this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Franco Pacheco.
Good evening, City Council. I want to start off by saying that my grandfather was a bracero when he first came working over here. And he would tell me stories about how when crossing over, they would have to throw polvo on them, right? So, because they said they were full of piojos and all that stuff, right? So I think it's very deep ingrained in Paris. A lot of Paris residents, they come from families that were farm workers, families who have deep history, who have migrated here, who had their paychecks stolen by the governments because they were doing fraud on them. I think it's a good direction to remove the name of Cesar Chavez because of the allegations. It's kind of crazy with the underage stuff that there's a statue of him with 2 children there. And whatever direction you go into naming the Paris Library, you know, I think it should really be thought out well and give it a name that's gonna be proud. And I also want to point out the fact that this is the problem with putting faces to movements, because things like this can happen where all of a sudden one person can kind of harm the movement with their own actions. So it's kind of important to center what it actually stood for. Yeah, my only suggestion is maybe name it after somebody who has done a lot for Paris, who's always been on the right side of issues in Paris, always looked out for people in Paris. I'll nominate Nava to put it right there, Nava Library. I think it's a great name, so I just wanted to say that. Thank you.
Thank you.
That is all.
Okay. All right, back to the dais. Anybody have any questions, comments? Councilman Rab?
Yes, given the lateness of the hour, I would suggest that we refer the art exhibits, the utility box, library mural, and bronze statue for the park committee to decide how to move forward on those items. But I do think we should probably at least cover up the utility box. Regarding the naming of the library, I think personally, I just think we should just go to City of Paris Library. If you look at how the bronze is, it says City of Paris and it says Cesar A. Chavez Library. All we would need to do is just chisel off his name, Center Library, and we're done. My concern is if we name it after someone, there may be something, that comes up later on. I know technically the City of Paris is named after Fred T. Paris, but he's been dead since 1960. So you figure anybody that's known him has at least been dead 25 years. If he had, a 7 or 8 year old grandchild that was alive when he was alive, they've probably been dead a good 20 years. So I think that would be my thing moving forward with this. But I'd like to hear from my colleagues.
No one's in the queue yet, but I agree. This came from the parks, so let's send it back to the parks. But I also have to agree with, so much is coming out all over the world for that matter. But yeah, I think we should not name it after anybody's name and just keep it the Paris City Library. Everybody's queued in now. Councilman, Mayor Pro Tem?
Thank you, Mayor. I'm sure you could all, I'm sure when we all heard the news, we were all in disbelief a little bit. I'm sure you can understand how devastated many people were. Cesar Chavez obviously was a hero to many people, right? Including people in our own community here and around the country as well too. Our city, if those that were here could recall, I was, I think, 8 years old about. But I do remember even my father going and coming to the city and arguing for it because it was right after he passed away, and I believe the city of Paris was actually the first municipality to name something after Cesar Chavez after he passed away. And growing up, I was always very proud. Myself also being a proud grandson of a bracero, knowing that with the things he did. Now, if you talk to most people that were around, they acknowledge that he improved their lives and brought dignity to thousands of people. And as stated before, the movement was very important in doing that. And he was a face of it, if you want to say it or not. I mean, he was the face of it. But I do understand the allegations and the accusations. I think they are serious. I fully am aware. I think, as Councilman Rad was saying, maybe find someone older. Well, there's people that were founders of our nation, right? And they were slave owners. They raped their slaves. There's proof. There's proof there, and you can reach into your wallet and pick out money with them out there, right? Not everyone's perfect, but I think the allegations, especially with minors, are very serious. I do agree. I think we need to make some changes. We'll definitely discuss it during Parks and Rec if that's where we choose to take it. I am very especially saddened, right? Because I was actually pushing for the statue, and I'll tell you one story. I spoke to Dolores Huerta herself, and I asked her what I'm thinking about doing, and she looked at me, and her face lit up, and she said, "That's a great idea." Right. And I just think about that and just, wow, I wish you would have just told me. Because I know it was stated before, maybe naming after Dolores Huerta, and I have nothing but good things to say about it. But I do have an issue about naming things after people. I would be, I'd feel terrible if we're back in the same situation. So I do not think that we should name it Dolores Huerta or after anybody for that matter.
Or the Nava.
I'd be okay with that unless, yeah. I do think wrapping up or at least covering up, or we could maybe peel it off, right? I mean, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Don't you just take a heat gun and just peel that off? The utility wrap? Yeah, that's done quick. The paint, I remember the artist actually had a different design, and we said, no, let's put one of Cesar Chavez. So once again, I wish I would have known. And of course, I do agree. Maybe see how it would look, City of Paris, we could put library. I like that, but maybe even add the word public in there, public library. That might maybe create some balance, right? Because the library might be a little too lonely. And of course, the statue. I've been messing around with AI. I mean, you could do a lot of things with that, but obviously things could might have to change some stuff. But you could. I don't think I think that's something we could look into, but I don't think we have to fully replace it completely. I think we could modify it and still give recognition to our farm worker community. History that we had in our city. But that's all the comments. Thank you.
Councilwoman Alva.
Thank you, Mayor. I greatly appreciate the input. I believe it's really important to make sure that we have community feedback on such a sensitive monument and murals. And so I know that these allegations are devastating, and I think now is the appropriate time, and I'm glad that the conversation is gearing that my colleague agrees to move forward in making those changes. So I definitely agree with the proposals that they have made. And I do believe that because this is such a sensitive topic that we should take some time to really figure out what to do with the rest of the items. So the Parks Committee would be a great place to start, and then I would imagine bring this back to the council for final approval. So that would provide us several opportunities for community input. So if we have any other takers for the Nava Library, I kid you not, I wouldn't. I don't think that's appropriate. But anything else, I am more than happy to continue hearing what our constituents have to say. Like I know, like I mentioned, everyone has some kind of story or background related to the farm worker movement, and we have to remember that it was collective power that made these strides. So those are all the comments I have. Thank you.
Councilwoman DeLeo.
I agree with the rest of my colleagues. I also want to let the community members know that you can email us or DM us or like also give us individually. And we would love to hear your feedback because this library is for you all. And then I also want everyone to be aware that the Parks and Rec committee meetings are the third Wednesday of every month, and they are open to the public. So if you all want to come and make any type of suggestion, that would be great because we want to know what would be best for you guys all to have it renamed. But I am more than happy to move forward to put it in the Parks and Rec committee. Thank you.
I just want to reiterate one thing and then move on is because there was a lot of comments on Facebook, what a waste of city money and taxpayers' money. The statue was the most expensive item of these four. I think the tune was $422,000, and it did not cost the taxpayers, our general fund, not 1 cent. This all came from our cultural arts fee, which is a DIF fee that's imposed on our warehouse developers, which we greatly appreciated, but it's a shame that now we got to deal with what we have to deal with. But anyway, moving on, I believe Councilman Rab, you have a motion?
Two parts of the motion. First part is to rename the library City of Paris Library, and the second component of the motion is to refer the utility box, library mural, and bronze statue to the next public safety, Parks and Rec Committee meeting so that they can figure out, get community input to figure out which direction to go for those three items.
Are you asking to, what did you say about the naming of the library? You don't want that going to parks either?
I think we have enough, I have enough input from the community to just go with City of Paris Library. I think, personally, I think a lot of people have just said, hey, we just don't want to name things after people.
Gotcha. Okay, I
especially
got you.
people that
So
haven't been
it's-
deceased that long.
Got it. So everybody understands that? Rename it to just Paris Library, and the rest goes to Parks and Rec.
So I think I threw out, just seeing what it would look like if we put public library, just kind of balance it
Well,
out.
it is a public library. It should be City of Paris Public Library. It's open to the public.
But maybe get two different,
Well, as
Votes, yeah.
as we see the picture here, we have the first rendering City of Paris, and then on the second arch here, it could just read library, right, centered there.
But what he was saying, and I'm like that, I'm very symmetrical. It's gonna look funny, just this one word library, where public library would symmetrically
Okay,
fall under.
I see.
But before we spend money, just show us two renderings, and then we go from there. All right, so that's the motion. I need a second.
I'm sorry, if you could repeat, the first one I got, what was the second one?
Second one is the other three
Oh,
items.
take the Parks and Rec, gotcha,
The utility
okay.
box, the library mural, and the bronze sculpture for Parks and Rec.
Gotcha, thank you. I second that.
All right, we have a motion by Councilman Rab, second by Mayor Pro Tem Corona. Call the vote, please. Who didn't vote? motion.
5-0 motion approved.
All right, very good. Thank you, everybody. Item 13 is council communications. Councilman Rab.
Thank you, Mayor Vargas. I just want to hope everyone had a happy Easter. I'm looking forward to the upcoming health fair, and I think there's something wrong with my mic, so if we can check that out in terms of, because I used to be able to be way back here and it would catch me. Besides that, I want to thank everyone for coming out to this meeting and thank everyone for sharing your opinions.
Thank you. Councilwoman Vallejo.
Hello, thank you. I just want to say thank you to everyone that spoke today. It's very important to be vocal, so please, everyone continue to be vocal. Lastly, I just want to direct staff to to research to see if we can add a penalty fee for a period of time for all the vacant warehouses nearby. We have so many vacant ones, and if we can add some type of fee that we can add to the owners, so then we can see what we can do with it, because I know we're limited as well, but if we can also get legal counsel to see, is there anything that we can do regarding those warehouses, or see what we can do to somehow work with them to maybe buy it in the future, or do some type of sales tax agreement, just anything to where we can make sure that we can be more proactive and do something about those empty warehouses. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Nava.
I'd just like to thank everyone who participated in tonight's meeting, and due to the lateness of the hour, I will refer my comments. Thank you.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Mayor. With spring coming along, I know hopefully we're going to see a reduction of rain. So if we could talk to, I'm kind of talking about the amount of weeds that we have. If we could talk to property owners that have excessive weeds. Fossfield ribbon cutting. All five of us were there. Staff was there. Great, fantastic job to everybody that was involved with that. I just saw everybody so happy. I didn't mention it there, but I'll mention it here. I would put our top 4 parks against any other city around here, and I think we have the best top 4. I think later on we'll be adding some other parks, but at least our top 4 are better than all the other cities. If you're a skateboarder in our city, you are absolutely spoiled. If you're like a 12-year-old kid that picked up a skateboard, you have so many places to choose from. So I'm sure they're happy. I did attend with Councilwoman Vallejo, CPRS. It was a great event where we did get a lot of ideas. One session that I was thinking about. I recently went to Mexico City recently. Every time I do traveling, I like to see what other places are doing, steal some ideas. I brought the futsal courts, that idea here. Murals, another thing.
Can you define what CPRS means?
Oh, CPRS, the California Parks and Recreational Society. Thank you for that.
No problem.
So CPR, so going around looking at parks, and one thing I did notice, our parks are great compared to even a large metropolitan center like Mexico City. But I do notice one thing, and I'm really glad that we brought attention to it, is the amount of tree canopies that we have in our city. At CPRS, we did have a session on tree equity. That's actually a word, right? So there's certain communities that have less tree canopy than other places. And you could go to a website called treeequityscore.org. That's treeequityscore.org. And you could compare different parts, even within our city, of which areas probably need more trees. And just for comparison, if you compare just the average place in our city compared to Mecula, they have about 3 times as much canopy space than we do. And I know we've made efforts in bringing more trees to our city, but I definitely want to see more of them planted. I know we're doing a great job, but we could always do more. And that's all the comments. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to defer all my comments to the next meeting, except for one. I want to give a shout out to Bill and Days, our contracted landscapers. They sponsored over 250 tacos for Taco Man at the Fossfield reopening ribbon cutting ceremony. So thank you, Dave, Bill and Days, for your contribution back to the community. With that, we'll move on to item 13, and thank you all our speakers who came out this evening. Item 14, City Manager's Report.
Thank you, Mayor. This Saturday, we will have our 12th annual health fair. That's April 18th, and that will begin at 7:45 a.m. And secondly, the tree planting event is also scheduled for Saturday, April 25th at Paragon Park. That concludes my report.
Yeah. All right, item 15 is our adjournment. We are adjourning in memory of a person that I'll have my Mayor Pro Tem announce.
Yeah, so just want to give recognition to the passing of Dolores Gonzalez. She was a Paris High graduate. She was married to her longtime husband and life partner, Herman Gonzalez, and we wish her family well in this time. She worked in the Paris Elementary School District for over 3 decades, was very involved in the community, always gave her opinion. I don't know if you have anything else to add to that, Councilman Rabb. I know you also knew her very well.
Yeah, she was a great pillar in the Paris community. I believe she graduated from Paris High School in 1953. She also served on the Paris Union High School District Board. I believe it was 2 terms in the 1980s, and was instrumental in getting the initial pool built at Paris High in 1982.
She passed away when? March
I believe
23rd?
March 23rd.
Okay, thank you. All right, with that, everybody, thank you for coming out this evening, and for all those watching on social media, have a good night. We are adjourned at 9:55.